And hello there, and welcome back to Mass Effect. We're doing Mondays now, but we're trialing Mondays. We'll see how this works. I'm Ollie Johnson. I'm here with Murasaki's Pit. How you doing, dude?
Hello there. I'm fine. Liz is with me. She's just fallen asleep.
Uh,
I'll
well,
wait. I'll wake her up periodically.
let's not disturb her unless
Well,
she. Well, to what extent did she want to be involved? Like, I'm happy for.
I'm guessing she could take over if she ever had the energy to do so.
Well, speaking of taking over, I am now inviting you to take over.
Hopefully, we have a good run like we had the last few weeks.
Yeah,
We had a good run of literally no glitching,
yeah.
and that's how I died the 37th time. Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry, I leant on my home button.
I thought there was something wrong with my connection then. So yeah, I'd say the fact that Kenny Omega and the Bucks were willing to put people over,
Yeah,
especially when you consider the fact that, really it would probably be smartest to take the titles off of the FTR for now.
I mean, the Dax Harwood stuff is rather controversial. Hold on, let me get
Well,
on the.
but they need to take it off him before he starts to shoot.
Oh. Oh. Ah, dude. Funny.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll allow that one because it made me laugh. I'm no more innocent than you in this.
Look, it's okay to have a joke about it. I mean, again, if only players can make jokes about Bill Cosby, I think we can. We can make a few jokes here and there, although I am still pissing myself laughing at the idea that Bill Cosby hates his own creations. Or the idea that he's in court and just as they're about to declare him guilty, goes, 1 second, and then turns into Fat Albert. Hey, I'm Fat Albert. Everybody loves me. It wasn't me, it was Bill. And then you can just hear a muffle in his belly going, just get them to leave. They're not budging, Bill.
Shepard services landing forces away from the Tachanka battlefield.
Oh,
Large
Albert.
impact. Hey, Seb, how you doing? Sam,
Hey.
get on the Twitch stream if you can, yeah?
Okay. Oh, that Fat Albert's a fat piece of morbid obesity.
Do we know what
I
Cerberus is
hate
up to?
him.
Oh,
No, but we do know that
And
Cerberus does
look, there
have
was
a
this one
surveillance
scene, funnily enough, I've got to find it and send it to you, but it's
Find
one
out
where,
what's up to you while
for
you're
some
at it.
reason,
We'll
like,
get
what
it
they
done.
do in the Fat Albert show was that they'd have, like, cutaways to Bill Cosby, like making a birdhouse or something. And there's one where it sounds like he's distinctly saying, this guy had no chance in fucking Fat Albert.
All right, let's find the
Like, there's
control
no way
room
it could be
for this
misconstrued as anything else.
This I can do.
I'm very happy that David Mitchell was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, Ollie? Right, so, the smart thing to do would be to shoot this guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking of maybe running in and punching him. Oh! Sorry, I know this is a shooty battle, but I just love punching people. Shut up, bitch! Who told you that you could shoot me?
I'm Commander Goddamn Shepard.
You think your bullets can hurt me? I'm made of sterner stuff. Oh yeah, and Hawk, I was talking to Hawk the other day, he might actually be starting to collect Transformers figures along with me, so I won't just have to talk to Jack about it.
Oh, that'll be good.
Well, he's talking about going to Comic-Con, but he saw Studio 86 Ultra Magnus, the one that you can literally draw and quarter. I'm not saying that he's going to do that, but he said that the
Then I
figure
think
looks
it's time to test
really
this
well
cannon.
made. And it might be his first purchase, and I tried to explain to him the price points of how these things work. Like, Commander classes are like 130 quid sometimes.
Let's move.
I mean, you're paying for the quality, effectively, more than anything else, but still.
Fortifying their position.
Fortify this! Nemesis. Oh. Dead before I can punch it. Give me your belt! Counter punch! I'm not even using the strong punch, by the way. God, I might be able to do one of those YouTube those game challenges you see on YouTube. Can you win Mass Effect 3 by punching?
Yeah. Can you complete Mass Effect 3 without firing a shot?
I mean, apart from obviously the few mandatory ones.
Yeah. Well, there are always exceptions where it can't be avoided. Seb says, do the squat only challenge.
Oh.
Okay, I asked ChatGPT to write a Peep Show episode where they're arguing about WWE and AEW being better. And it looks like David Mitchell is the AEW guy, which would... Well, no.
Actually
I've rerouted the power to the main console.
I don't know.
Coming back now.
I might actually try and stream WrestleQuest at one point, just because I think Seb would actually find it funny. I mean, it is references to toys in general. Like, most of the enemies are any kind of, like, toy that you ever grew up with. Like, Tamagotchis.
So, Robert Webb, David Mitchell's character Mark is going, you know, Jeremy, WWE is the real deal. The history, the legends, it's all here. Jeremy raising an eyebrow. Oh, come on, Mark. AEW is where the action's at. It's fresh, innovative, and they actually give talented wrestlers a chance. Mark takes a handful of chips, cringing as he watches a cheesy WWE show. Yeah, because I love watching grown men dressed as superheroes. I think this thing's confused which... Jeremy grabs the remote, switching the channel to an AEW match. The crowd wasn't that. See, this is what I'm talking about. High-flying action, real athleticism. But they don't have the iconic moments like WWE. Remember Stone Cold Steve Austin? The Rock? Oh yeah, because that's relevant today. AEW has stars like Kenny Omega and Darby Allin. They're the future. Okay, here's my AEW hot take. I don't care for Darby Allin.
Is it because he just looks like a regular guy wearing skull makeup? And a skateboard?
I mean... Well, I mean, I like him enough, but he just doesn't seem to...
Coordinates, Lieutenant.
I don't
he
know,
doesn't
maybe...
do anything for you, and that's fine.
Yeah. Maybe it is the whole, like, aesthetic thing that I don't... Like, I'm mostly interested because he's, like, associated with Sting, who I actually like.
Not the kind of Krogan relic I expected to find.
Look, I get it.
Sting has such dad energy.
Shepard, with those Krogan cannons operational, Cerberus has actually given us the advantage in that system. The enemy's pulling back, but we think they'll try
Oh, by the way,
seize
during
the
that
facility
coffin
again.
match at All In, I was many
I'm
times
sending an
thinking,
Alliance team to
Sting
keep
is
it
63
secure.
years old.
They've got a foothold in a strong defensive position.
Yeah, remember when
thanks to
Seth
you.
Rollins basically
Glad to hear
crippled
it.
him?
Yeah,
Good work,
he
Commander.
retired off
Pack it
that
up.
for a bit.
Commander, Admiral Anderson is available on this call.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Look, I just helped him, okay?
Yeah.
Krogan and Turians, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're almost at our minimum.
Huzzah.
So, Reapers don't have colonies. You can't bomb them, or you're bombing what's left of your own planet.
Commander, Chief Engineer Adams would like to speak with you down in engineering.
Oh. You know what? Let's go speak to Adams and, you know.
Did you just say Krogan and Tyrian? Turians. It's a species in Mass Effect.
Yeah, it's
She
Seb.
doesn't pilot the Normandy. She is the Normandy.
No, she's a passenger in the Normandy, just like us.
The ship was a spacefaring vessel before EDI even existed.
Engineer Donnelly is correct. The Normandy SR-2 was completely spaceworthy prior to my installation.
See, EDI agrees with me.
EDI's mind and the Normandy are a whole entity now. You couldn't just move the processors in the AI core to another ship.
Engineer Adams is correct. Processes that contribute
The Normandy is a ship. EDI is a collection of processing hardware contained in that ship. Those are two separate things.
Doesn't the existence of the Reapers
So a
contradict
4-foot
that?
tall guy
what
isn't
do
going
you
to
think,
go
Edie?
out and roast Jack Shepherd with his dry whip.
I'm done. Any more of this and my head's gonna
Adams would
explode.
like to speak to you.
Well, he might. One might.
Commander,
Okay,
I
Adams?
find a problem with our engines. A core overload could cause a plasma vent within the engineering compartment. Daniels, Donnelly, Edie, and I have been brainstorming and comparing notes.
You see, the venting occurs when IES sinks are in a back cycle. At the same moment, the main core is at peak draw, such as from sustained kinetic.
What Kenneth means to say is that we're pretty sure we can make the system safer.
We just need a GX-12 thermal pipe. Unfortunately, we're cut off from Alliance supply chains. Could you keep an eye out for one the next time you're on the Citadel, Commander? I've got the specs right here.
I'll look for one next time we go to the Citadel.
Thanks, Commander.
Okay.
What is he?
GX-12 thermal pipe.
There's a pipe man waiting in the yard.
I've heard other things about the One Piece thing as well, the One Piece live action thing, saying it's good, it just sucks that this is what it took to get people to set an example.
Well, apparently Eiichiro Oda was intimately involved at every level of production.
So I've heard.
The people involved, other than him, fucking love One Piece. So
Here, Ollie, I'm sending something to the group chat on Facebook. Have a look at this and tell me what you think.
not using your source material, Rings of Power, running out of source material and YOLOing it, Game of Thrones, pissing on the source material, The Witcher, working with the author to improve upon the source material, pissing off the author so much that he revamps the series out of sheer spite, Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, I love live action One Piece. Oh, have you finished it yet, Seb? Why aren't you as obsessed with it as me?
Because not everyone's as mentally ill as you are.
Well, that sounds like a skill issue. Get on my level, casual.
Oh, this coming from the person who didn't read the JoJo manga.
Nor will I.
You fucking pleb.
No, it took me a little longer to finish writing the first one for Ultimate Darko Strip. Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you don't even read the manga, you filthy pleb. You're basically like Jonathan being mocked by his dad when Dio's doing well. Oh, Jonathan, why aren't you reading the manga like Dio?
Alliance Control, this is Normandy. We're headed to Bay 1.
What's the matter, Ollie? You're gonna go to your room and cry about it while I murder your dog? Would you like a pot of Dan?
Oh, I remember that.
I just want to emphasize for anyone who doesn't get it, I loved Dan to pieces. I really did.
Dan was a big German Shepherd that we.
No, he was a King Shepherd.
King Shepherd. The really
German
big...
Shepherds do not get that big.
Yeah, no kidding. Commander, there's a communication.
That's why he only lived a few years.
He was a good dog.
Put him through.
He was a good boy. Oh god, the Citadel's under attack.
I don't have any surviving
you
pictures
safe?
of him, unfortunately.
No, I had to evade their commandos at the hospital. I'm in a Presidium storefront.
Ollie, we're about to go on the Citadel and
We've
have to
actually
fight
been-
off a few things.
She said she had to protect the council. I'm going to CSEC headquarters.
Without the support of Chris
Why CSEC
McVitie,
headquarters?
It's been compromised.
he's
Chris
otherwise
McVitie's is here in
engaged.
spirit.
As long as Cerberus is holding
Chris
the headquarters,
McVitie's
they
will
have
always
to
be
see
with us
it.
in spirit. Crispy, crunchy,
Get us
rigid
away from the docks
spirit.
and close to CSEC HQ. We'll deploy
Speaking
in the
of Ollie, have you tried the
Aye,
barbecue
aye,
flavoured
Commander.
Max Crisps?
I have. They're pretty good.
Oh god, yeah, I tried the pizza ones as well, and I haven't taken Javik to the Citadel. This'll be.
Oh, this'll be fun.
Primitives. In my cycle, we wouldn't have allowed your filthy kind on the Citadel. God, last time we had a fight on the Citadel, we fought a fucking Reaper. So, this is going to be a bit more downplayed, I suppose. Oh no, it's Cerberus. So are Cerberus basically space Nazis or space KKK? I can't tell. I mean, they're all about human supremacy, so it's a race, definitely a race issue.
Yeah.
But they're all about doing horrible things to other races in general. But I guess that covers both of them.
I do love that Dragon Ball Evolution caused Toriyama to revive the series out of spite.
That's actually why that's why I shared that meme with you in general, because I knew for a fact that's what happened, and you know you'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wasn't worried about live action One Piece either way. Even if it was bad, it was still getting more eyes on the One Piece name. Like,
as if it needs more of that.
Yeah, it's already the second best-selling comic ever.
Toxic fans notwithstanding, it's got some good, it's got some very influential and forward-thinking stuff, and to go on for that long.
I don't understand how something as, well, forward-thinking and generally nice as One Piece even has toxic fans.
It's a fandom. Unfortunately, it was bound to get it eventually, but you know it's a problem. I mean, the thing is, once you've got people making death threats at the creator because they said something about their own work you don't agree with because your headcanon doesn't work with it, because again, it literally comes down to, why would a person from Japan add Japanese cultural things into a thing from Japan? It's ludicrous. Every time I see that, I keep thinking of that stupid thing that Vince Russo once said. Why would you want wrestling at a wrestling show?
Yeah.
Which is a thing he actually said, by the way. He also apparently at one point screamed very loud, DQ schmeeqs, it doesn't fucking matter.
Cerberus took it in the first push.
Right.
We gotta kick them out of
because he was told he put like 5 DQs on a pay-per-view, and they told him, you know, there's too many DQs, no one's going to care. And he went, DQ schmeeqs, who cares?
More if I can access the terminal inside.
And then after being on the job for like 2 years, they actually let him sit at ringside to watch a thing, and he'd never actually watched wrestling ever, so, you know. He was like, huh, that's different. Like what? You know, the stuff they're doing in the ring. What, you mean wrestling? The thing you've been writing for 2 years. Look, you know me, I generally, my opinions on headcanon generally are, headcanon is fine and harmless so long as you don't get upset if it's an ongoing thing, like One Piece is, and let's face it, we'll be going on long after we're dead at this point.
Now we're gearing up, the manga is gearing up for the
Ollie,
final saga.
Ollie, the joke is only funny if we accept the fact that we'll all be dead, and then the cyborg of Oda will continue to write it.
Roboda.
Be on guard. The likelihood of betrayal from within is high.
The point is that when headcanon is fine, so long as when the creator adds something that contradicts it, you don't go out of the way to go crazy about it. I thought we'd kind of learned that with My Hero Academia, because as soon as My Hero Academia did things that contradicted headcanons, well, they wished death on him.
I mean, the main thing One Piece keeps reinforcing is that living your own life your own way and having friends that support that is nice.
Oh yeah, by the way, Ollie, have you been to HMV lately?
A time or two, but not for the last few weeks.
They do this collection of things called anime heroes. They're like collectible figurines. And I saw some of One Piece and thought instantly of you. Sadly, they didn't have a Frankie. They had Zoro, Luffy, and I'm trying to remember who else they had. I've forgotten the name. Sanji.
Sanji, yeah.
Yeah, they had Sanji, the one you think is me. Well, I don't know if you think I'm more like Sanji or Zoro.
I would say these days more of a Zora.
Yeah, I can't cook.
In our school and college days, more of a Sanji.
Ollie, if I could cook as good as Sanji and got one of those fucking cookbooks that, by the way, just go on YouTube and look up those things. It's actually worth a look. I'll tell you this: Liz has found ways to actually found ways to improve those.
Oh.
Like Liz has actually watched them make them, and actually said how they could actually be made better than the recipe, like by adding or removing one more.
These bodies have entry wounds at the base of the skull. Given the position of the bodies, they were likely surprised by individuals they knew.
Same as
body snatchers.
Cerberus sure like sleeper agents.
Sleeper agents? Oh no, the kind that are triggered by certain words. Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid, the Master Collection is going to have trigger warnings at the beginning of the thing.
Fair enough.
I really don't. I'm going to treat them with the same brevity. Here's the thing: when it comes to these trigger warnings on old media, I'm going to treat these with the same reverence I treat "may contain peanut" signs on packets of peanuts. It's not going to bother me, but if you're if you need it that much, you probably shouldn't be let outside without a helmet on. If you don't know what you're getting into with Metal Gear, Metal Gear Solid.
I mean, new fans come into things every day.
Yeah, but you know, you go into Metal Gear Solid and you know it's going to have certain things. Like, Metal Gear Solid isn't some obscure thing that just popped out of the ether. It's been around for a long time. You know it's going to have a whole political espionage thing, because... Fuck you. Sorry, I was really hoping I could just sneak up behind the guy and punch him in the back of the neck.
Yeah.
Ah, well, say la vie.
How's the share play treating you, by the way?
It's fine, actually. But my point is, it's not going to bother me that there's going to be, like, warnings for these things. I'm still all for the warning at the beginning of Rocky 1 nowadays, because it's not the violence or the boxing, it's Paulie that needs... Paulie needs the fucking warning, because...
Yeah, oh my god, I watched that film not too long ago, and Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because you see those things like, oh, why do we need trigger warnings on these things? Things I'm like, look, I do think that some of it is ridiculous, I will grant you, but when it comes to things like that, it's not the boxing that's the problem. Paulie makes me uncomfortable, because it's unreasonable. What he's doing is unreasonable in general.
There is hope for those living now.
Like, I feel bad for Adrian. I mean,
well, he's basically like abusing. He's basically abusing Adrian. Who
you know what? I'm glad. I am glad, by the way, that Adrian finally grows a backbone and yells at him finally.
Yeah.
Suppressing fire.
Like, I do think content warnings have value for people who... Like,
content warnings to me...
in the general sense.
They are important, but to me, a content warning on Metal Gear Solid, to me, isn't going to ruin my experience as opposed to what I'm trying to you know, vocalise, is that it doesn't bother me that it's going to be there, because I get why it's there. But I also believe that if you're going into Metal Gear Solid and you're not expecting things to be really heavy, then you haven't done any research on it, and you know, it's your own fault. I do believe some personal responsibility needs to be taken, but it's not going to hurt my experience, and I'm not going to say, oh, this needs to be removed. You need to remove content warnings because it's stupid. It's not harming anybody. It's just completely irrelevant to me. And but I do believe some kind of personal responsibility needs to go into things. You don't go into like Saw and go, oh, I hope this thing doesn't have blood and torture in.
I don't think anyone has ever done that.
Bailey,
though.
looks like they got
Exactly. No one does that, because you know what you're getting into. You're getting into basically cancer patient Kevin McAllister doing Home Alone. And yet he never put the most dangerous trap of all into the movies. Marriage.
Yeah.
Found him. He looks unharmed.
Get him somewhere safe.
Says the one of us who is married.
Oh shit! He says, as a oh look, he said game somewhere safer. Someone came. It's almost like it's a Paradise PD joke. Sorry, I watched an analysis thing on why that trilogy of TV shows is terrible. Their one joke is having a character say something and then the complete opposite happens and thinking it's comedy.
That remains to be seen.
I mean, Udina, he's staging a coup. He's got the other councillors now to hand over to Cerberus.
Holly, Udina's evil.
It's over.
Really?
No. No, it's fun.
Oh god, it's Jack.
That looks more like a
No, but he's saying edgy things. Now it's fun. I know you didn't get to see. I know you didn't get to see. I know you didn't get to see much of Thane. Thane was an assassin.
Take that, you dime store Red Hood.
Thane's been stabbed.
Ah, damn it.
Look, Thane was going to die anyway, but if we do it right, we do get to see him off. Because he was already dying by the time of the second game anyway, and he's like, I mean, look at him. Look at that trooper.
Yeah.
Look at him. How can you hate Thane?
He's got a hole in his midsection and he's still...
Catch him.
Shepard, what's going on up there?
Thane needs medical help fast, and I need to take care of an assassin.
He must be going after the rest of the council.
Get the word out. Udina's trying to seize power. I've got to get to the council.
Oh no, Udina's evil. Who would have seen that coming?
To a shuttle pad on the Presidium. Start driving. I'll try to raise them on the comm.
Oh, see.
I've got a fix on the council's position. I'm sending it to your car.
Good work, Bailey. We're almost there.
Oh yeah, you know the girl, the Bailey fan from NXT is actually a wrestler now?
Yeah, I saw.
The assassin's on our car. Oh, come on. Your everything-proof shield. Huh. Crap. That's crash into a tower, I think. Okay. Well, that's the safest landing I've ever seen. That wasn't a crash, that was just a rough landing.
Shepard, my instruments say your car's stopped.
I'm on foot now.
Yep.
I'll contact the council.
Negative, their guards are dead. But we've still got vital signs on the council's transmitters.
Where are they going?
Ah, it's time to make this phantom feel pain.
Yeah.
On my way.
Hoping to finish Final Fantasy 16 soon.
Oh yeah, that thing where they handle slaves extremely poorly.
Yeah.
Did you just fucking hit me with a sword?
And I mean narratively as well as diegetically.
Oh. Okay, maybe punching them is not the smartest thing to do.
Seb says aliens have learned to fear the pink goatee of doom.
Your body language indicates injury.
I did not use a restraining harness while we were in the vehicle.
You could ask the commander for medical.
Lifting slowed them back with much cure of concussion. Now let's fight.
Omni gel. You could ask him for some Omni gel. Putting sludge on my head will not cure a concussion. He's not wrong.
The problem with slavery is for every Watto there's a million really bad slave owners. Yeah, and also the fact that owning beings is wrong.
Yeah, one of the oldest traditions in human history. And it still sucks.
Yes, that too. Slavery is wrong. I know that's like...
I know that's a thing. I know God was very much against slavery, but only against certain people being enslaved. He was very much okay with Moses taking slaves, by the way.
Regardless of, like, even if you've contrived some sort of they actually like
Look,
it thing.
I've told you how I handled slavery in a storyline, didn't I?
Yeah.
Basically, the way I did it was, you've got to have a reason for why they do this, especially if, like, the way you've explained it for me for Final Fantasy 16 is that there doesn't seem to be anything other than, it just being conditioned into them conveniently that these people stay as slaves. They're clearly more powerful than the people oppressing them.
It's established that heavy use of magic will kill them. Like, they turn into crystals. But then they just get worked to death anyway. So that's not really, that's not.
So they're not really given much of a choice. It's literally you either die free or you die, working, and they've chosen the one that's very clearly the worst option for them.
Yeah, like, I mean, if they establish that they don't want to use their powers to free themselves because they don't want to kill themselves quicker, that would be fair enough. But they get worked to death routinely anyway. So that's not
it's
really...
Not like people enslaving them are like blocking off their magic or something.
Yeah, like there's a side quest where you find a little girl and she goes, "Can you help me find my Chloe? I've lost her. She's got..."
Is this the one where she sends you to find a dog and then it turns out to be a fucking wolf and then they sent you there with the hopes you'd die and then they get upset because you survived?
No, that's a different one that I did immediately before this one. But there's a little girl who says, "I've lost my Chloe. She's got fluffy white hair. Please help me find her." So you start looking for a cat or something. Yeah, Chloe's a person.
Oh, for God's sake.
That is dead behind a lighthouse. Who was that game made for? I don't fucking know. People who like Game of Thrones and Attack on Titan, but also have really weird ideas about slavery. And you find Chloe.
Shit, Ollie, we're on one of the things that I'm scared of most in the real world. An elevator.
You find Chloe turned to stone and dead behind a lighthouse, and she comes to her and goes, "Oh, why did you have to turn into a rock? I only made you do a little bit of magic. It'll be months before my dad gives me another one." And then you actually explain to this kid that that was a human person. So people who think that Eren Yeager did nothing wrong and that Ramsay Bolton should have been the main character. Thing is, but it's like, and that other side quest was the one where he goes, "Vera, my son's under attack from a wolf, save him this instant," and then you do, and then the kid's like, "Wait, you weren't supposed to kill Wolfie, you were supposed to die." And then he was like, "How dare you survive our attempts to kill you, you subhuman trash."
Is there any other kind?
You see, the way me and my friend did slavery was that it was kind of like a... The way we did it is we had 3 races. So, like, one was, like, really good at magic, one was good with technology, and it's kind of like one race has clearly subverted like the third race has kind of like subverted history completely.
Sam says, rephrase that, Sam. The way they did slavery in a story.
Yes, the way they did slavery in a story, yes. The way they did slavery in the story, yeah.
Sam has never at any point owned a person.
Yeah, I don't believe in owning people, culture, or anything else. Because you cannot own a culture at all, and I don't think it's right morally to own a person. You can take care of a person or have responsibility for a person. You can't have a person, say, be owned like, you know, a toenail clipper or a piece of deodorant.
Sam probably has owned a person in the sense that he completely humiliated them in a social setting through cunning
That's
and
a
wit.
different. That's a different. Oh, Ollie, here's the big decision thing. We can kill Ashley technically here.
Shepard?
Yeah.
Shepard's blocking our escape. He's with Cerberus.
Everybody, hang on. Shepard, what's happening here?
You know me better than this, Ash.
I knew the old Shepard before Cerberus. Right now, I'm not sure who I'm dealing with.
Javik was about to shoot her.
You've been fooled, all of you. Udina's behind this attack. The Solarian Councilor confirmed it.
Please, you have no proof. You'll never do.
There are Cerberus soldiers in the elevator shaft behind us. If you open that door, they'll kill you all.
We've mistrusted Shepard before, and it did not help us.
Oh, finally!
Debate this. We're dead if we stay out here. I'm overriding the lock.
I'm gonna regret this.
Yes.
No. You're not.
Oh, I thought she was going to shoot him.
Udina, step back from the console.
To hell with this.
The man who is always right cannot possibly be right in this.
What did she expect to do? Sorry.
Was that the...
I know.
Get the council
that
back
was the renegade option, I know.
What was the Paragon? What would have happened if you did the other one?
I don't know. I think it would have killed. I don't know, but it was instinctive. He had to die.
Yep.
Bailey? Made it as fast as we could, Shepard. Looks like you took care of things.
That's not Bailey.
Something's not right. You said Cerberus was targeting us. Where did their soldiers go?
Cerberus was right here, but they beat feet into the Keeper tunnels when they figured out we were coming. Sorry, Counselor, I'll say it plain. Shepard just saved the lot of you.
And you have saved my life twice now, Shepard. I owe you both a personal debt, and one on behalf of Palaven.
So yeah, in mine, I kind of had like one continent.
You don't owe me anything.
I'm just gonna be nice here.
Times like this,
and there's like a race of goat people that do magic, and there's a race of cat people that do the whole technological things, and then there's like a humanoid race that kind of, through cloak and dagger shit, turn the other races against each other through secret assassinations and things, causing them to hate each other, splitting the whole thing up, taking land for themselves, and, well, enslaving both people on both sides, kind of, while, you know, keeping it secret.
Yes.
While destroying their parts of their history, so they like destroy parts of the technology from one side, so, and the people who know how to use it, so they go back technologically a couple of decades, and kill a bunch of the mages on the other side, so that they lose a lot of access to the magic they had beforehand. So, like, they're not capable of casting high-level magic anymore. The only people who survive are kind of, you know, only capable of still good magic, but not the kind they would have before, while convincing the other side, no, it wasn't, no, the other side started all this. While, you know, covertly selling slaves of the other side to the other side, you know, to each other.
We looked over every
so that culturally, one side thinks the other side are, well, dumb brutes, and the other side think, you know, the other side are something else. And it's only when these two actually meet normal, non-enslaved versions of themselves that they start to question things.
We can't even get an ID on him.
Obviously, there's a bit more to it than that, but I don't want to make this entire stream about my own personal D&D setting.
That reminds me, we got your friend Thane into Huerta Memorial. He's in for surgery. Apparently, there's complications.
Do you think he'll make it?
I caught that they didn't have much drill blood on the Citadel. I notified his next of kin, his son Koliat. He was the right blood type, but I don't know if he made it in time. We're pretty sure the route to the hospital is safe from Cerberus if you want to see him. I'd go now.
I'll get on it.
Oh, and you can tell him the Solarian counselor says he's a hero. It just, I don't know, make things easier for him.
Okay, then I'm gonna go visit Thane one last time.
Yeah, well, we've got to go and visit him in the hospital.
Thane is... Yeah, we didn't use him much last game, but let's face it. He was part of the crew. Look, it's your favourite race, Ollie.
Spectre status recognized. Please select.
To the hospital.
Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Thane's in the third one. So.
We don't have enough volunteers.
I'm coming, Thane. Right, he should be here, so... No, he's not in this room.
Can I help you?
I'm looking for a Drell named Thane Krios.
Well, we have a Drell, but not under that name.
He was injured. Stabbed. He's a regular patient here.
It's all right, it's all right. I see. The doctors were able to repair a lot of the trauma. However, Mr. Krios is in the final stages of Keprel's syndrome. At its worst, Keprel's syndrome interferes with his blood's ability to carry oxygen. And he lost a lot. Now, they've given him transfusions, but frankly, there was a very limited supply of Drell blood on the Citadel.
I'll get more. Give me his blood type.
That's not going to work. Only one other Drell on the station is a match, and that Drell is in with him now. We did all we could to help him through surgery, but his body can't replace lost blood with new cells. Too much shock. His son, Koliat, he's in there saying his goodbyes. You might want to say yours.
I know you don't have much stock in him, but this would be an emotional scene if you did.
No, I know the character.
Commander Shepard.
The guy has very sharp-looking eyebrows.
You are no longer incarcerated. I don't know if you remember me. I'm Koliak Krios. I came to donate blood and, well, he asked me to take off his oxygen mask so he could be comfortable. I don't think it will be very long.
Your father helped me save a lot of lives. I'd like to be here.
Of course.
Commander, I'm afraid I won't be joining you again.
You've done more than enough, Thane.
That assassin should be embarrassed. A terminally ill Drell managed to stop him from reaching his target.
I'll pass the word along.
There's something I must do before it gets worse. I must... Kalahira, mistress of inscrutable depths, I ask forgiveness. Kalahira, whose waves wear down stone and sand.
Kalahira, wash the sins from this one and set him on the distant shore of the infinite spirit.
Koliad, you speak as the priests do. You have been spending time with them.
I brought a prayer book. Commander, would you care to join me? Kalahira, this one's heart is pure, but beset by wickedness and contention.
Guide this one to where the traveler never tires, the lover never leaves, the hungry never starve. Guide this one, Kalahira, and he will be a companion to you as he was to me. Kolyat? There's something I don't understand. His last moments were those of a hero. Why pray for salvation?
The prayer was not for him, Commander. He has already asked forgiveness for the lives he has taken. His wish was for you.
Goodbye, Thane. You won't be alone long.
And that's Thane dead. You okay, dude?
Yeah.
Was that a bit heavy for you?
No, just, you know, don't know what it's appropriate to say given the tone of the scene.
Well, I don't really think there is anything you can say, really, is there?
Yeah. Our time together was short, but he was always a cool character.
Docking Bay E24. Emergency civilian housing.
Let's see. Okay, Liara is on the Presidium, so I should probably go speed. Let's see. Aria.
Yeah.
Citadel Chambers. I should probably go to the Spectre office, actually.
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination.
Citadel Embassy. Because I've got to pick up those couplings. Well, that pipe. Sorry, I was thinking of Mass Effect 2 for a minute.
Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Let's see. Well, I can look around here at least and see if I can pick up some items.
Can't believe how hard the doctors are working to keep that terrorist back in selected position.
Spectre terminal has been updated. Okay. Map is updated.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Let's see.
So
Collector armor.
At what point in the story would you say we are right now?
We're still. I can't even remember. There's a lot that goes on.
Welcome to
Let's see.
Agor Munitions. Thank you for shopping at Agor Munitions.
Welcome to Supertine Armory. Thank you for shopping at Supertine Armory.
Which store is his favorite store on the Citadel
shooting at
in this
anything that
game?
moves make the Citadel safer.
The commander's right. Maybe if the council organizes a civilian military training. Otherwise, they'll just panic and get themselves killed.
Let's see. Liara's around here somewhere, apparently. There she is.
Hello, Shepard. Nice to see you.
Ah. Nice to see you too.
Commander Shepard, do you have a minute?
Can I help you?
Jordan Knowles, E-Crimes. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. I've got a saboteur hacking key systems, power, communications. It's bad. If you've got time to help, check out this console.
Got it. Looks like a collection of access codes.
They're Batarian diplomatic codes, from back when they had an embassy on the Citadel. If you can use your Spectre access to find them, I can shut them down.
I can access restricted intel at the Spectre office in the embassy. If I find anything, I'll let you know.
So yeah, it sucks we didn't really get much more time with Thane, but
I just don't understand why you're suddenly so conflicted.
at least he got an emotional goodbye.
Morning, Commanders. Oh, hey Hawk, how you doing?
Hey Hawk.
So they need support. Well, ideally, something like a cactus. They're good in mountains, immune to toxins, ferociously loyal to their rank.
If he's a terrorist, he ought to be locked up.
I'm good. Good, good. Not lying to you, I'm a tiny little bit nervous about what's going down tomorrow night.
We're all a bit nervous. Maybe I'm a little anxious, but we'll get through it. We always do.
Yeah. Hans
Right, now.
believes.
Yeah, exactly. Hans believes. We just had a bad luck. We had a few unlucky rolls last week. That's all.
Yes. Hans believes.
Ah. Well, this is awkward.
Is it?
Or Udina's office. We just kind of shot him. Right then. Spectre terminal. Let's see. Access codes. Enable. Authorized civilian militia.
It's weird you saying access code because there's a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Access Code Talker, and I think of that every time.
Code Talker.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and as soon as I did the hamburgers of Katsuhira Miller.
I love that. I love that story.
So do I, because me and Liz suddenly started having burgers.
I hope you brought a better burger this time, Kazuhira. The patty was too thin, the bun too dry, and the lettuce days old at best.
Yeah, I love it. He doesn't even need to eat, he just appreciates meat.
Yeah.
Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Yeah. Mind you, like, if I didn't need to eat, I still would.
I know.
Food is
would
good.
Too. Food is a bounty by Mother Earth.
Since it's often an expensive card, most people wouldn't have a collection of it.
Pax Hamburgana.
Now, sleep, on the other hand, is bullshit. You have to spend like a third of your life just fucking unconscious.
Your burger needs more chemical. Oh, we can go. Hey, maybe we should go see Joker and see how he's doing.
Yeah.
Is it we haven't had much of Joker this game.
Yeah.
And let's face it, I do love that Jack basically refers to Edie as a sex bot.
Saw several Yu-Gi-Oh cards yesterday at the car boot sales. Big stack of fakes and a trashed Chaos Emperor dragon. Oh god. Yes, the bounty of nature, especially bounties. Yeah.
Good. Concussion's almost gone.
Oh, like fakes were a big thing at our school, weren't they? Like,
God, weren't they ever?
Everyone had loads of cards, but most of them were fakes.
Right there.
And there was this one kid who got it into his head to charge money for fake cards at like £5 a card or something ridiculous.
Let's see. It's Joker.
Look at this! All it took was a Cerberus attack on the Citadel to get folks around here to pay attention to the war.
How is this any different from normal?
Can't you see the desperation? This isn't happy dancing. This is forget my problems dancing. Look at the arms. If a guy waves his arms like that, he's worrying about a lot more than looking stupid on the dance floor.
That's surprisingly observant.
I've had time to watch a lot of dancing from the sidelines. Speaking of which...
Dancing?
Watching from the sidelines. What do you think about me and Edie?
Why not?
Because I could break a bone just from some light over-the-clothes action?
That's always a risk. But then so are the Reapers.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on dating Harbinger.
The scenes were very realistic and they were created using upper deck facilities. But unlike the people making fake Mecha Ninja Turtles, they cheaped out.
We're convincing Seth Green. Let's see. You deserve to be
out there right now on the dance floor. Would you be waving your arms?
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got bigger things to worry about than looking stupid.
Hey.
Yeah, guess I do. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Go get it, boy.
Go shatter that pelvis with the robo. Oh, and I don't know if you remember Arya.
I remember Arya.
So you admit you and your thugs are here illegally?
Yes, and it only took
The
C-Sec
English
3
card
weeks
description
to
didn't
figure
help.
it
Oh
out.
lord.
I don't care who you are. You're required to go through processing like all other refugees. Come with me.
I don't think so. Shirk, get me the Asari counselor.
Greetings, Arya. Is there something you need?
I'm being asked to submit to immigration processing.
Of course you are. Done. What else can I do for you?
Nothing. Thank you. I think we're done here. Enjoy the show, Shepard?
Actually, yeah.
I guess there's one rule on the Citadel, huh?
I guess so. I hate this place. So sickeningly uptight.
Then why are you here?
Cerberus stole Omega from me. The elusive man is now squarely at the top of my shit list. You will pay for every second I've spent in this bureaucratic hellhole.
At least you escaped to fight another day.
And that day is coming. I'll take Omega back, but I'll get to that. You're here because I have a proposition.
I'm listening.
The way I see it, if you don't defeat the Reapers, we're all dead. Won't matter where I'm sitting. It's in my interest to help you.
What are you offering, Arya?
On Omega, I kept the Blood Pack, Blue Suns, and Eclipse in check. Now they're running amok. Nobody wants that. Unite them under my rule, and you'll have a powerful and ruthless force for your war. I've laid the groundwork with all three groups.
Yes,
just
I
need you to
definitely
close
am
the
enjoying the show. No species can
Give a
quite
criminal
carry
a gun,
off the
they'll shoot you in the
midfish
back.
plus revealing
They
jacket
already
with that
have
same
guns.
casual abandon.
I'll make sure they point them at the Reapers. I'm trying to help you. Why don't you think it over? Meet with Gnarl, my agent who's dealing with the Blood Pack. The Blue Suns leader is incognito here on the Citadel. He'll be expecting you. And I already have a deal with Jonas Sedaris, the Eclipse
Oh,
leader.
there's 3-minute warning.
You just have to get your
Oh
friend,
shit, quick
Commander
before the
Bailey,
Samoans
to
come
let
and
out
beat
of
us
jail.
up.
You obviously don't know Bailey very
I know I
well.
make that joke every week, but still.
I word it
Lean
like
on
that so that you can make
I
that
think
joke
a
every
united
week.
force of professional
It's
marksmen.
only because I'm one of the few people who remembers when the 3-minute warning
It's
was an
always a
actual
pleasure,
wrestling faction.
Let me know if you want to talk.
You know, before Big Show and Goldberg murdered them.
The collar would be a B to iron. Oh yeah, I suppose it would, wouldn't it?
So yeah, that's part of the DLC. I literally only just came here to deal with. Well, oh, I can go see Edie now.
Oh. Oh.
Edie and Joker.
We can get the deets on what went down.
Well, as long as he can fly my ship, I don't care if he shatters a pelvis while having sex.
Haven't broken anything yet. That's a start.
That's all it is. He's basically dancing for Edie, who's just watching incredulously. I'm sure if she could install the function, she'd have an eyebrow raising.
I mean, if you can teach Mr. Data to dance, why not, Edie?
We've got to live with the fact that Data had a dick.
Please select a destination.
Yes, your ship is flown from the seated position, so he should be okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just remember that robot chicken sketch where they had the creator of Data singing about how he made a robot with a wang was actually voiced by the guy who in the show did actually play the guy who created Data.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 1 minute. Do you want me to restart the share play?
Yeah, let's restart the share play. We're having a good roll here.
Yeah.
Liz is still asleep, though.
Okay.
You know what?
Turbine.
You know what? She's fine. Let her rest. She's probably earned it with having Nicole off with chicken pox for a whole week.
I mean... Okay. The invite out.
I know we did this specifically so she'd be here, but again, she knew this was coming and she fell asleep again.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I wanted to do Mondays because to group my stream days together so that I could go to the gym after. Because I'm not great at time management, you see. So
I know.
And that's the understatement of the century. I have.
Yes, it's a very big understatement.
So, like, for me to separate the parts of my week where I stream and when I, like...
No infection so far.
I don't know, go to the gym or do other stuff or whatever would be good.
Commander, he's hurt bad. Take down the sedative a bit, but hurry.
That's why Mondays work for me for these.
50-50.
Although, as I say, I'm not going to reliably be up this early after Assassin Sunday. I had to call it last night because I was passing out in the chair.
Nothing to say.
Not even what a terrorist is doing on the Citadel?
Get away from me, human.
Hello, Gorek.
You didn't answer my question.
Your alliance wiped out my world. Blew up a relay that turned my planet into ash. Paragon had people on it. Families. Struck back.
Rent Spider.
The Alliance destroyed the Alpha Relay because the Reapers were about to come through.
Easy for you to say that now that... You want to punish me? Unplug the sedative. Let me join my family.
No, I'm not going to kill you.
I'm done here.
Good. He'll cough himself to death without a sedative.
No! Wait!
Wait, so did he just
take it
unplug?
easy. There.
No, I just gave him... I'm not going to kill the fucker just because he wants to. He wants me to. I kill when I want to.
For the reasons or lack thereof that I see fit.
Wow. Arya wasn't kidding. The great Commander Shepard on a leash.
I'm here for my own reasons, Vosk.
Oh, sure you are. Anyway, tell her I'm impressed, but to do business, I still need my little problem taken care of.
Which is?
A Turian general named Oraka has it out for the Blue Suns. He's raising a stink over our activity in this sector. I'll commit my gang to Arya as soon as Oraka's dead.
There must be more
My
to Oraka's
killing is for
complaint.
my own amusement, not
We're
for
just
yours.
making new
Exactly.
raids along trading routes. With Arya's blessing, I might add. Oraka's just some military fossil who came out of retirement to relive the glory days and justify his existence. Losing him won't affect your war in the least, but gaining the Blue Suns, well, you know our work.
You seriously think I'll assassinate a Turian general?
Arya seems to think so. Or else, why would she send you? She knew the price. The two of you work it out. Oh, and, tell Arya I still expect her blue ass in bed with me.
What is it, Shepard?
You knew about this?
Can you be more specific?
Darner Vosk expects me to kill General Araka.
Who cares what Vosk wants? What he needs is for Araka to stop disrupting his operations. I figured you'd talk to Araka, see if you can get him to lay off. And if he won't listen to reason, call me, and I'll take care of him.
Huh. Do I have to phrase it like that?
The distinction is that I'm giving you the chance to save his life.
Right. Why didn't you just tell me this yourself?
Vosk needed to see you, needed to realize who he's dealing with. Plus, if I have to suffer that scumbag staring at my tits one more time, I might have to kill him.
Yeah, he mentioned...
That I'm going to sleep with him? We all have our delusions.
Listen, please, we just need more food. I can give you the location of some ruins. Prothean ruins on Gay Hidden. Nice. If you can get past the Reaper patrols.
Oh, there's James with his douchebag buddies. I am not going to talk to this guy. Let's see, Liara, CSEC officer, Gnarl, Edie, Arya.
Here's something, yes.
What are you doing here?
Apparently there is now an Antarctic accent. Huh.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me.
Spectre status recognized. Please select. 1 moment, please.
Because the scientists who work there have been
Now arriving
so
at
long
Bay
that English is a bit that their English is a bit different now. That's funny to me. Yeah.
I've got your briefing, Private. Let's fill you in before the squad arrives. The Alliance is posted
In the space altercation show I had, there was a Martian accent. So I guess it could happen.
Last week's crash at the docks, we thought it was an accident.
Come, sapient fog.
Shepard, I don't know what to say. I'm trying to go over everything in my head. Make sense of it.
I never wanted to put you in that situation. We're on the same side.
Well, that'll be the first and last time I wave a gun at my commanding officer.
We stopped Adina and got to walk away.
Yeah, regional differences are always going to happen. Yeah.
I can't believe he was responsible for all of it. Was he indoctrinated?
It's hard to say.
How do we fight something that can worm its way into your head?
I don't know. But we don't have a choice.
I wanted to talk to you about that. Hackett asked me to join his team. It's a great offer, but
since there's no permanent citizens of Antarctica, this is a surprise to me.
Permission granted, Lieutenant. Just keep your gun pointed at the Reapers, okay?
I prefer it, thanks.
Grab your gear and find a bunk, Williams.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And Ash?
Yeah?
It's just Welsh.
It's good to have you back.
Foul abomination of a language.
Yes, sir.
The Welsh accent's very nice, very calming.
Shepard, I got Anderson patched in. I was just getting him.
Keith David!
Udina.
Keith, motherfucking
That SOB
David!
was always power hungry. But this?
He wasn't in charge. Cerberus was just using him to take control of the Citadel.
What the hell for?
I don't know. Not yet.
Could have been a lot worse. Shepard stopped the assassination attempt on Councilor Valorn. Kylan.
What?
Your assassin. I'll have Hackett send you my reports on him.
I take it you two have met.
Kaylee Sanders and I had our share of run-ins with him.
I've
I
also
shot him in
noticed
both legs once.
that
Thought that might be
Welsh
the end of
numbers
it.
are more or less
But it
just
should have begun on
German
Omega,
numbers.
even stronger.
But at least Welsh
Elusive
has
man patch him
discernible
up.
origins. Nobody knows
That'd be my guess.
what Basque
Given what
is
they
or
were
where
able
it
to do with
came
you
from.
and Grayson, it's a safe bet Lang's even more dangerous now.
I'll take whatever advantage I can get against these bastards.
Their attempts may have had at least one unintended side effect. I received word from the Asari counselor. They're requesting an update on the Crucible.
Lang has them scared. Enough to send help?
Yes, the Asari and Solarians are both throwing in their support now.
How's your progress on the Crucible?
Good. Our estimates suggest we've completed nearly 50% of the known work.
So quickly?
Once decoded, the schematics are designed in such a way that allows our scientists to easily translate the information. It's not Prothean specific.
Are we any closer to understanding how to use it?
That's still open for debate. Utilized in the right fashion, our scientists are convinced it can generate enough energy to destroy the Reapers. The question is, how will it dispense the energy? And in what form?
You mean, how do you stop it from wiping us all out?
Exactly. We think the catalyst is the key to determining how to focus its energy, how to direct its energy at the Reapers alone.
I'm working on that.
You'll find the answers, Shepard. I'll send you an update on the schematics. And in the meantime, we'll keep building.
And we'll keep fighting. Make sure there's an Earth left to come back to.
You've always trusted me. I won't let you down.
We're still in this. The gods of war haven't given up on us yet.
Good luck, both of you.
I love it when there's just a random language
Commander, the
spoken
Turian fleet is
like
stretched
how
thin. We need
Romanian
more
language is a
support
Romance
ships.
language.
And the Quarians are willing to...
Oh, the Quarians.
Understood, sir.
Oh.
I'll look into it.
Be careful. We've got reports of instability along the Geth border. Hack it out.
Despite not sharing a border or being particularly close to any of those countries.
Do you have a moment? A contact within Asari High Command was insistent I pass on a distress signal to you.
Something they can't handle?
From what I can tell, they sent several commando squads to investigate. None of them returned. They didn't ask me directly, but I think High Command is hoping you might help.
What's your take on this?
That they wouldn't ask for help if it wasn't important. The colony's
And the
coordinates
sales
are on
figures
the
prove we
galaxy
haven't
map.
given up on the
I'll try
gods
to
of
figure
war.
out what's going on.
So the Quarians are willing to, well,
And Udina too.
talk.
That's crap.
The deities of skulls.
Commander, I've got a lead on something interesting. Have you got a minute?
Commander, I found something you need to see.
What have you got?
A group of Cerberus scientists cut ties and fled. Perhaps they finally realized they were on the wrong side. We don't know what they were researching, but they were among the Elusive Man's top scientists. They could help build the Crucible.
Maybe we could recruit them. Lots of Cerberus people think they're doing the right thing. I know I did.
And you were right, Commander. Whatever crimes Cerberus is committing now, I was on Horizon when the Collectors attacked.
Really?
Yes. I was visiting my family during a university holiday. While the Alliance was running studies, you were saving me and my family.
Has the Alliance tried to make contact with the scientists?
They've been unable to find them, but they're searching. As is Cerberus. I've been monitoring Cerberus communications. I've charted signal frequency from various Cerberus cells by
The
location.
deities of Kerfuffle's YouTube edition.
You found them?
There's no way to be certain, but I've got a definite possibility.
Nice work. Put it on the map and I'll give it a look.
It's on the map now, Commander. Thanks.
Kerfuffle. A friend in America asked me to explain that word yesterday.
Okay, now we're gonna go speak. Let's go speak with the Quarians.
Yes.
This is gonna be awkward. The last time we saw Tali, we kind of fucked. Kinda, sorta, absolutely, definitely fucked.
Yeah. From the time that when saying war
Here we go.
Commander Shepard, a pleasure to see you
seemed to
again.
result in
Though I wish it
demonetization.
were under better circumstances.
Space
I'd hoped for your
altercations.
support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
17 days ago, with precision strikes on 4 Geth systems, the Quarians initiated the war to retake our homeworld.
Which was a clear violation of our agreement with the Council to avoid provoking the Geth.
A treaty violation is nothing compared to recovering our homeworld and advanced AI technology.
You're throwing yourselves at the Geth? Again?
And this time, we may have destroyed our people for good.
We'd driven the Geth back to the home system when this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
It's the space weebs.
Under Reaper control, the Geth are significantly more effective. Our fleet is pinned in the home system. If we're going to win,
Wait! You insisted on involving the civilian ships, Admiral Geralt. We need to retreat or we'll lose the live ships.
YouTube policies are pretty terrible. There's a WW2 channel I follow that does a new documentary every week about what happened in the week 79 years ago to that day.
The Normandy stealth drive will get us in undetected. I could board, then disable the Reaper command center.
They do a series on the war against humanity too, about things like war crimes and civilian losses. They get demonetized a lot.
Confused, you get to a mass relay and retreat.
Which when you think what YouTube allows is ridiculous.
Too much fighting already. Are you certain you can disable the signal?
We'll get you out of there safely, Admiral.
Our newest admiral has also...
I wish this shit would let me stream to TikTok. Apparently that's where...
Holly.
Oh. Hey, it's Tali.
Tali Vas Normandy.
Admirals, I'll ready a team to hit that dreadnought.
Thank you,
Commander. More for education and history than basically anyone else on the internet.
Okay, this is where it gets awkward.
It's mostly a formality. I'm an expert on the Geth.
And YouTube will allow so much shit that demonetize a documentary about how horrible concentration camps were.
Oh, why didn't you tell me? I would have helped.
Thanks, but I knew you had your own problems. I'm sorry about Earth. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy. If you can help us, we'll hit the Reapers with everything we've got. Or however much is left from this stupid war.
I thought you'd support the invasion.
No. After talking to Legion, I thought maybe there was a chance for peace.
So I helped them.
I'm an admiral. People look to me for guidance. Public disagreement would divide the fleet.
And what about us? Would us being together divide the fleet?
No. Well, possibly. I don't know. But right now, I've got civilian ships taking fire. Can we keep this quiet, at least in front of the admirals?
Sure thing, Miss Vas Normandy.
Thank you. If you want to talk in private, maybe you could invite me up to your cabin?
Oh.
Maybe I could.
And for the record, still totally worth it.
Ooh. Oh, god damn it, Tali.
Those two are adorable together.
See? God damn, I love Tali Zora Vas Normandy.
Screw your politics, I am very horny.
Ollie, I literally fucked up the legal system for that woman.
Yeah. Well, you pulled rank on the legal system itself.
It wasn't even rank, I just said I'm Commander fucking Shepard, my word is fucking law. Oh look.
Yeah, she is.
You know what? Sure. And I'm gonna bring Javik. This is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see Javik's opinions on, you know, these things.
Yes, I believe you did, Paul. She's just the most fun romance partner in Mass Effect. This run is my first experience in Mass Effect, so I'll take your word for that. Because
Hawk gets it.
The description of this video says, "As we boldly go where seemingly everyone but me has gone before." She's just the most fun romance partner. Would be a good caption for a Valentine's Day card. Yep.
Plus, you know, she has her own way of saying bastard.
Yeah. Bush tats, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking for my father, you bush tat. Also, the dialogue between her and Rex in this, if you do the DLC stuff with her and Rex, is hilarious. She sees Rex as her shotgun wielding uncle.
Bushtard just sounds like an insult for Republican voters in the early 2000s.
5 minutes.
Oh,
What have you got from the comm buoys?
Bushtat.
Bushtat.
Pretty much a big old shitstorm, Commander.
I have detected several hundred unique.
I think they just got that balance of being a little shy, but having those little bits of flirty confidence. Yeah, yeah.
Take us in, Joker.
It was very endearing. Also, how she just... I'm a sucker for when people are really enthusiastic about what they do.
Russian national anthem.
And the way that Sally just sort of fawns over spaceship parts.
Preaching to the choir on that. Oh. Now, if we do this right, Ollie, and this is a big if, we can make it so that the Quarians and the Geth live in peace.
My cyber warfare suite.
It seems like that would be the desirable outcome.
I'm glad you think so. That's my aim. I'm sorry, I love I love Harley and Legion.
Once we're aboard, we find whatever's broadcasting the Reaper signal and shut it down. Tally's our expert on Geth software. She'll be handling hacking and security.
Good.
So you're a real living Prothean?
As opposed to a fake dead one?
Okay.
Shepard, there's a problem. All tubes except one are physically secured. I see the free one. Pretty torn up, though.
Too risky for the whole team. I'll secure the docking area. Everyone else can follow me over.
Roger that, Commander. We'll just stay here. You know, quietly.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
Oh, Javik. Okay, try not to get sick.
Don't worry, I acclimatized myself in VR to things like this.
Do you think we'll ever play Resident Evil in VR again?
I wouldn't be opposed to it if you want to do that.
I mean, I'm not opposed to you shitting yourself again.
Thing is, though, I'm not sure Resident Evil Village has a VR function, and if it does, it's probably for the new one that isn't backwards compatible with stuff from the old one and costs more than the PS5.
Oh, for God's sake!
And I'm like, well, fuck that.
I do love that in Japan they advertised Village with a puppet show that was like really gory.
Reminds me of Morrigan in Dragon Age when she realised she was falling in love with it. Oh, I got actual like.
How are you doing, Shepard?
You know they actually retconned it. I know you didn't play any of the later ones, but you can. You know the whole point of her you killing Flemeth and stuff was so that Morrigan couldn't be absorbed by her or anything.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a whole thing where you can run into Flemeth again in a later game with a completely different protagonist, and Morrigan's there, and they pretty much retcon that entire thing out of existence.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Pretty much, you run into Flemeth because Flemeth spends a lot of time with her grandson. You know, the kid you had with Morrigan.
Yeah.
And no matter what outcome you have with Morrigan and Flemeth flat out tells Morrigan she couldn't have taken over her anyway because it's got to be willing.
Not if I can help it.
Yeah.
Morrigan has to be willing to allow Flemeth to take over her body.
If you can point me at another docking tube, I'll override the controls.
And Morrigan was never going to be willing to accept to do that, so Flemeth was very, very accepting of that.
Well, that's
Well, she flat out tells her right afterwards, "I could never have taken your body anyway. It has to be a willing thing," and you know.
Also, like,
because at that point, Flemeth is some kind of god or something, some goddess of vengeance or something, because she has many names and statuses or something.
I never really played any after Dragon Age Origins, but
good, because they all got shit after that. Inquisition, like they said, like one of the things they've said with BioWare is if BioWare want any goodwill with anyone, the next trailer for Mass Effect should literally be the CEO apologizing for the existence of Inquisition and Andromeda.
Yeah. Which is very different to her flat out telling you she was going to screw the sequels. I mean, Dragon Age Origins is a complete story to me. Like, you know, I'm happy with just that one. I played...
And we definitely choose Morrigan every time.
I found another airlock. I think we're good to go.
I mean, when we had that talk when she, like, demands to know what your opinion of love, and she basically breaks up with you because she sees you as a liability. And it's like, that was actually a painful talk. Like...
Ooh. Okay.
Any resistance?
All quiet so far. They haven't detected us yet.
I mean, I still think the romance system in that game was weird. You could just give them presents until they want to fuck you.
Well, I don't actually know where I'm going.
I'll see what I can do.
You see? It's banter like this.
Yeah.
Take a look at this.
I really thought the bad guy from the second game trailer was Morrigan's kid because he looked like the bad guy. It's not the reptiles we had already seen. Yeah. That's been my method. It's expensive, granted.
Huh.
Looks impressive.
Admiral Zen's design. It transmits an energy pulse on contact that disrupts shields and synthetics.
That'll be handy. So where are we headed?
We're looking for an operation.
It's just that whole thing, the transactional nature of it, has always rubbed me the wrong way.
Past their defense network and through a sensor cluster.
Okay.
Anti-fighter lasers?
They're using ultraviolet frequencies, not infrared. That's a lot more expensive and a lot more powerful.
When the fleet rushed the Dreadnought, those lasers carved right through our ships.
You okay?
I will be. Thanks.
Okay, there's no way down.
I think I found that.
Watch out! Gas incoming!
Yes, the transactional nature of it is bad and there's nothing I can do to change my mind. And by the way, I bought you a lovely turret. Ha!
Good old assault rifle.
4 now, said. 4.
I don't hear an alarm.
They're deaf! They sent alerts to every unit on this ship! We need to get to the operations center before they box us in!
Oh, you bitch. I was fine playing shooty shoot, but then you just had to punch me.
You do not want a fist fight with Commander Goddamn Shepard.
Kill them! Their attacks become more aggressive!
You fought them before, Commander.
Disable their shields.
Then take them down before they recharge!
Ah, we're giving Javik a nice little history lesson.
Yeah. By the way, these were after your time. Here's what you missed.
Yeah, pretty much. It's annoying to know he was day 1 DLC, but that's very EA of...
Yeah.
Combat data. What's the state of the battle?
We're taking heavy losses. The Geth have a planetary defense cannon.
I mean, the game industry, in terms of practices, just keeps finding new depths to rock bottom, really.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious when you realise Baldur's Gate 3 is doing so well.
Because by just not...
For what we need to do.
by just
Not
making
being-
and selling a good game and just not doing this
The Dreadnought
nickel and
operations-
dime
I mean, just look,
bullshit.
I mean, look at how Volition is doing.
Let's get the Reaper signal and get the fleet out of
Oh
here.
wait, they're gone.
Well, yeah, look at how Volition is doing. The answer is they're not.
Terrible decisions, listening to the Embracer group in general, which was always going to be a bad idea, and, you know, just being dicks. I mean, imagine selling DLC for a game that doesn't even work.
Which ironically wasn't of their own volition.
Well, no, they did this themselves. Like, they did this to themselves. They made a bunch of decisions they knew for a fact no one would like, and then I mean, kudos for dying on that hill, but was it worth it?
That's the last of them. Let's see if that console is operational.
And now I'm on fucking fire.
So it's free game.
Damn it! They've locked down the Reaper signal. We can't shut it down.
By
from here in
definition,
the
dying on a
operations
hill is
center.
never worth it.
Exactly.
There! The Reaper signal's coming from the drive core.
So if we get there, we shut it down?
Right, but
I didn't
do we
like
get
how the
there?
quarry
The Geth have
changed to
sealed
look more
emergency
like the
bulkheads to
dark
block us
spot.
off. We need a route to the drive core that can't be blocked. A path that runs the length of the ship.
What about the main battery? It runs right by the drive core.
That could work.
But
The Geth still have us locked in here. We need to get these doors open. They've locked high-level processes. We need something basic. A ship-wide emergency. Like a fire.
what about the heat diffusion system?
Wait, if I faked a thermal warning, it would open all maintenance tubes for emergency venting.
Would that override the lockdown?
Yes. Okay, I've got it primed.
Emergency venting, the name of your new category on Discord.
Yeah.
Well, it's always good to have a venting channel.
There could be cloaked hunters as well.
More synthetics incoming!
Well, I say we get out there and twat it.
Not the smegger to oblivion.
I mean, that is what's happening. Well, you know something, brother.
The cream
Okay.
rises to the top.
You know the funny thing is, in that WrestleQuest thing, there is a statue of Macho Man standing on a bunch of tubs of cream. Cream of the crap, rising to the tippity top. And yes, the Bruiser is still hilarious because he's every Hulk Hogan stereotype you could think of, but he's afraid of the jungle. Until you mention his 24-inch pythons.
Do the names need to be changed to avoid hurting feelings in the emergency venting channel? It's not a rule, but some people will.
It's kind of like when you do an art when people do those stories on Reddit, like the D&D horror stories, and they come up with names and aliases to like hide the identities of certain people.
I was watching one of the Den of the Great things earlier, and
Oh god, which one?
it was the one with the guy that, like, he just wanted to go to bed at 10.
Oh my god, is that the one where the guy gives him a list of things?
Yeah, an itemised list of grievances or something.
Oh my god, I told you about that one before, yeah. Oh god, the itemised list of grievances. Because all the guy asked for was, look, I'm not getting to bed on time and I just want to do this. And everyone else is okay except the DM who got married and regrets the life. He's got everything he could ever want, but apparently it's not enough. What about my demand, my needs, and treating the friendship as if it's like an
A group
itemised
therapy session.
Well, yeah, it's a group therapy session, and everyone and the friendship, can be quantified by what you put in.
Yeah. And it's like,
yeah.
And also, I'm a parent, so none of your problems compare to mine because I have kids and you don't, kind of attitude.
I hate that, and this is as a parent myself. I hate that idea. But I have a kid, ergo.
No, I actually do appreciate how much time you give me for these things, knowing that.
Well, again, this was a convenience thing. I mean, I'll be honest. When I thought of this, I was very episodic on point, and I don't want to come across like that. Like I'm putting my kid. You know, I'm trying to expect you to work around my kids. I'm trying to work with something that will work for all of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's like, I did think the one I sent Ollie was a little too close to the knuckle. Oh yeah, which one was that? That was, what was it called? That was that one guy that just kept wandering off and didn't seem interested.
There's a...
Wasn't paying attention to the campaign, just wandered off, didn't seem interested.
I'm going to have to show you at one point the story of Burger.
Although, none of the, I mean, I've only just recently come across Dinner Drake, but none of the stories so far compared to the Legend of Old Man Henderson.
Oh, for fuck's sake. A very old story, but there's just nothing that compares to it. Like, he was made for the Soul campaign, and it sounds like...
Had to double check the date. I'll not lie to you, I've been tempted to make a contribution.
Oh god. Yeah, honestly, that's just an asshole player.
Yeah.
And his rhyming bard parents, which, again, as you've said before, and the video even says that it's hilarious
and by
that,
making contribution, he doesn't mean have a wife. Yeah, only you would draw that association from those words.
You were trying to avoid the word conclusion because you don't want him to use the word.
You almost said draw that.
See, told you. Yeah, Old Man Henderson is... I still love... I know what you're talking about with the whole... him killing a guy's character, like... killing a guy's character really, really early on.
It's all
by shooting him in the kneecap.
Yeah, calm down, sir. He's just a load of pixels.
While I'm being killed... While I'm being tortured to death, Henderson is trying on new hats. While they're sacrificing my soul, he's discussing with the shopkeeper about which is the best AC/DC album.
Well, when the reason that story hits like home for me is like when I joined that previous campaign, which but what pixels? I was waiting for that. When I joined that previous campaign where I was mostly motivated to prevent our friend Paris from being alone with people she would not enjoy being alone with. My original intention was just to derail it in a similar manner.
Well, to be fair, you don't want Paris to become neckbeard smoosh.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you the tale of Burger Beard at one point. It's not a...
I had no reason to think...
Individual.
I had no reason to think at the time that that the experience would have been enjoyable for her. So, I mean, she didn't end up joining the game anyway. But I thought I might as well try and eke out what fun I can from this thing. Unbeknownst to me, it had Hawk taking the reins along with Obnoxious and Wolfie. So, you know, it wasn't all bad. There were a lot of players there with different and competing energies, not all of whom were conducive, though.
Always the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the group we've got now is pretty good.
Yeah, we got a good group now.
Well, I'm still trying to, you know, work my place in. So I still feel...
Oh no, you've you slotted right in.
I appreciate that, but I still feel like I'm still trying to find my place in general. Like, I'm still trying to find Hans, to be honest, in a way. Like,
Well,
I've got him down, I'm just trying to, like, work him a bit more. Like, I mean, there's always, you know, the whole, you can play the character a bit better, you know, there's always improvements to be made, and I just want to be able to do that properly.
I definitely wouldn't have allowed any network creepiness on a female player. Yeah, but I know you wouldn't, but I hadn't met you at the time I made that decision yet.
You fucking trying to go invisible on fucking me.
So, my character, Darth Jericus, was supposed to be like a Sith Lord bard who was incredibly flamboyant. I was basically trying to combine
Chris Jericho.
Well, a fusion of Chris Jericho and Frank Enferta was what I was thinking.
You know what? I would not put it past Chris Jericho to have.
He was fun.
What have you become? So, yeah.
I made it to level 2 before leaving that campaign.
Yeah, I'll have to find a few other stories to send you if you're already searching through Den of the Drake stuff. Another good one is Crit Crab.
I've found a channel called XP to level 3 that does like short D&D skits.
XP to level 3. I've seen the XP to level 3, the Matt Mercer one, where he just becomes completely fucking intolerable. Because he just keeps over-explaining literally everything. Or being overly dramatic or trying to play things exactly like Roller when that's not what people want to do.
Yeah. I'd rather have a few over-the-top characters than a bunch of murder hobos and loners. Yep. Well,
the fact that Ollie now has to know what murder hobos are.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to find the story of Thanar.
Yeah.
Although there is one Den of the Drake story I would recommend you look up.
Right.
Oogie the Honourable Dwarf.
I will keep that in mind.
Basically, the gist of it is, there's a random orc that they end up that's in like a stronghold that they go into, and the DM never intended it for him to be anything other than like a very easy boss fight. They managed to convince Oogie to come along with them, like as an ally, because he wants to be a good blacksmith, but his hands are too thick because he's an orc.
Definitely Reaper tech.
So they bring him with him, and he keeps making them really crappy things, but they take it anyway. And eventually, like, I won't spoil the story too much, but it gets tear-jerky.
Right.
Holy shit, it's Legion.
Help us.
Geth Rollins.
You know this Geth?
Yes. It helped me fight the Collectors. It's on our side.
Unless it was reprogrammed, like the rest of the Geth.
Legion helped us fight the Reapers
That's
before.
a magical story. I can imagine how the players would develop feels for it.
Well, put it this way: one of them actually has to stop playing halfway through one scene because she can't stop crying.
Oh no!
And the DM actually had to make a thing like at one point one of the players had like an actual issue with the DM, like personally out of game. They never explained what it was, but he actually starts begging the DM for anything to help. Like anything he has or anything he can do to help a situation because it gets that bad.
Yeah.
Like that's how serious it gets. That old rivalries are all over this one NPC orc, and there is a happy ending to it.
Far side of the room, you said?
Because you see, Den of the Drake has a little problem. You see, he hates DMPCs in general. He hates them.
Reapers get control of the Geth.
But he keeps hearing stories of people saying, "Oh, but I've had this campaign with the DMPC, and the character was actually good." And he, obviously, Oogie the Honourable Dwarf was the one story he had where he's like, "Okay, I'll admit that was a good one." I take it you've seen the skits as well, where things like Drake gets arrested or
no, I haven't seen any of those.
In between some of the stories he does, there's like little skits, usually at the beginning or the end for his sponsorships. Like there's one where the devil. There's a running gag where the devil wants Drake's soul because he challenged into a fiddling contest and didn't know how to play the fiddle. So he goes to court with God and he actually wins the court case because God turns out loves the sponsored game of that video. They get out of it from that. And the devil, by the way, is just a literal generic devil with a shirt saying, "I have daddy issues." I'm the wizard. I do wizard things, and I absolutely love fucking dice.
They are misused very often. DMPCs are a plot device to be used sparingly. Yeah, I mean,
I think what he means by DMPCs when he says he doesn't like them. Wait, by it is usually in some horror stories the DMPC is a DM self-insert that is better than everybody else and can fix things. Like one story I saw for there's another user called Crispy Tavern, and he told a story. I think Drake did the story as well. Basically, some guy joined a campaign, and the DM inserted this one character. I think there was only 2 people in the campaign, so they made the DMPC to kind of balance it out. Because one of them was a min-maxing paladin, so crits up the wazoo. And the other one had, I think it was a mage of some kind, but the other character was a rogue that was all to everybody else. Whenever they had a boss fight, they would constantly get stomped by the boss, and as they were about to be killed, the DMPC would come in and basically save the day.
Yeah.
So the story, the
problem overpowered, says Hawk. You just can't have them take over the story. It's not their.
Well, you see, that's the problem they had. Is that the story was that they couldn't get anything because the DMPC kept interfering to the point that there was a critical part of the story. Like the guy was fighting. One of the villains was his auntie. So you'd think that the character would want to talk about it or try and confront his auntie before any fight. No, DMPC kills them because she might have tried to seduce you, and it's like, dude, it's my character's auntie. That's kind of fucking weird. And they were also trying to force a romance on the character. Jumping in also tried to stop any roleplay between the other character. Like, no, you can only roleplay with, this particular character. And then getting upset when, they were saved from the boss by the DMPC, which upset the party because they didn't get to have any fulfillment in the fight at all because, no, they're one-shotted by the boss and have to be saved by the DMPC because they asked the DMPC to rescue the hostages and they'd go and fight the boss. And then got upset when he didn't follow the DMPC to their bedroom. Then tried to kill them, tried to make them roll with a disadvantage when they'd had enough of the DMPC and tried to kill it, and said, you have to roll with a disadvantage because you'd struggle to hurt the one you love. And it's like, I don't know this character at all or love them at all. My character isn't, in a relationship with them. They still killed the DMP. They still killed the DM. Basically, the character was straight, and they kept trying to force the gay relationship on for the DM's satisfaction more than anything else. Then she got pissy because the paladin, and you can attest to this, Ollie, the paladin fucking critted the thing to death. So she shut the game down and called them homophobic, and then went to things about how they derailed the thing with homophobia.
Right.
There was also a really weird one with with someone who was an atheist and basically wouldn't understand that the person playing a paladin, like they were a paladin to Bahamut. I'm guessing you played enough D&D to know that whole thing.
Yeah.
So then she starts making a whole song and dance about how, wouldn't your deity be God? And like, in the real world, yes, but my character worships Bahamut. I don't know, that doesn't sound right to me. And then when they go to a place and it's very clear, the obvious thing is that the priests are suspicious because they don't seem like priests of Bahamut. So the guy who's a paladin says, would I be suspicious of these people? And the DM says, yeah, they don't seem to know the prayers or really know that, any of this stuff that Bahamut priests should know. So as soon as he says, right, my character's using his religion check and everything else to do the whole, oh, no, these people seem suspicious, they don't seem like proper priests. So then this one girl goes, but you're religious, you're not supposed to question your betters.
That's not how that works.
She tries to derail the campaign and go, no, you can't have them do this because he's meant to be he's meant to worship this god. And religious people don't think like that. She was just throwing her own personal thing on, and she was told off multiple times and told to stop doing this. Eventually, she was kicked from the game, went to the Discord server, and allegedly said that they were turning into a Christian-themed D&D session to attack her.
Paul says there is no Abrahamic god in D&D. Like how I pointed out, there's no Greece or Rome, so no Greco-Roman wrestling.
Exactly. But, you know, the guys who were trying to explain, I'm just doing my real life affiliate thing. Like, the entire point is to go in and, you know, not be that. It's as I said before, you know, you may be, you know, Jim, the guy who works at the convenience store and is really pissed off, but it's okay for you to play a character that's, you know, Bucket the travelling dickhead. Just a character that is nothing like you. That's the entire point, because I'm nothing like Hans. I may be a bit too positive and trusting in some cases, but I'm not a big muscular German man. That's the point of playing Hans. And Ollie isn't an alcoholic bard pirate, well, pirate paladin.
Instead.
I know. Admiral Garrow's been causing
with his two tag team partners, Jim Bean and Jack Daniels.
We only lost Earth a few weeks back.
We haven't lost Earth yet.
We need help, Shepard. We need a fleet. And the
With the stable manager, Sam Adams.
I'll get it, Adam.
And Captain Morgan.
Your unilateral strike
Oh God, Ollie, you know that Legion's with us, so you know what's going to happen.
I was within my authority as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet.
And what of Shepard? And Talizora?
They escaped unharmed. Shepard, the mission parameters changed. You're military, you understand that.
I understand that you wasted your chance to withdraw safely.
The Dreadnought was a perfect target.
No, I'm not going to punch him.
Exactly the kind of short-sighted, bloodthirsty behavior I was worried about.
If you could retake Earth with a little friendly fire, you'd do it in a heartbeat.
You're lucky I need your ships, Admiral.
I've got to get back to the Heavy Fleet. Ron, we'll talk later.
Boshtet.
Boshtet.
You must understand. The Geth inflicted heavy
The Dreadnought was a perfect target. Kodak from the
You said they have
a planetary
defense cannon?
Similar situation.
Admiral Koresh sacrificed his own ship to destroy it. He crash-landed on the home world.
The Normandy can assist with rescue efforts.
Thank you, Commander. I think the worst
The
is
Three Spirits team, Jack Daniels, Jim Bean, and Captain Morgan.
They had while enslaved by
The Spirit Squad.
Shepard, Commander, we are prepared to offer assistance.
What the hell is this?
Wait. Everybody calm down. Its name is Legion. It helped me destroy the Collectors. The Reapers were using Legion like a signal booster to broadcast commands from the Dreadnought. We freed him.
We freed it.
This is a fascinating prototype. With some study, I may be able to use it to find a weakness in the Geth consensus.
Legion helped me in the fight against the Collectors.
So did your pistol. Should I worry about its feelings?
I don't think you want to continue this line of thought, Admiral. Legion is my friend. More importantly, it's our best source of information on the Geth.
The scientific benefits
are off the table.
What can you tell us about the Geth? How will they react without Reaper guidance?
This is a false assumption. You have cut off long-range control, but the old machines placed a base on Rannoch for short-range direction.
The Geth still have Reaper upgrades?
Correct. They are currently disorganized, but once the short-range signal is in place, they will recover.
Killa, I need to warn the fleet. Then, coordinate with Garrow. Move!
We need to take out the Reaper base. Where's it located?
Unknown.
Find it.
Understood. We do know the location of a server from which Geth fighter squadrons are controlled. The squadrons are targeting Creator life ships. Disabling them will limit casualties. We offer assistance.
Thanks.
Sounds a lot like Brainiac from Superman the Animated Series.
Oh well, that's DC Douglas, the voice of Wesker.
And I'm sure other things as well. Not that I can call any to mind at the moment.
I can't either, because they're the only roles I know of.
Commander, we've got reports of trouble at a Turian fuel depot on Sino. I've updated the galaxy map.
Save the Admiral and shut down the server. Right. I'm gonna go save the Admiral. Basically, there's decisions you've got to make in the game, and well, I'll take. What? No, not taking James. Fuck James. Why does Tali look like a nun?
I don't know.
A lot of help you are then. Let's see. Shot penetration. Good.
Oh, there's the 5-minute warning.
Yeah, I'll have to find some more Den of the Drake stuff if you're looking through things. I'm honestly kind of glad you found that one about the guy who's what about my feelings?
Yeah.
Fucking dickhead.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zan. Have you reached
Hey,
Alcora's
people need sleep.
Not yet. What's your status?
People need sleep, and mental health comes before everything. And yeah, you're losing like an hour of gameplay. I get that D&D takes a lot of long sessions. Believe me, I know.
I'll do what I can. Keep your civilians.
Right,
safe.
I know that you've got to keep a certain general alive. Like if you, it sounds horrible, but if you sacrifice the civilian ships to save this one guy, it helps towards like the situation with resolving the Geth and the Quarians.
Admiral Zen.
Like long term, this will benefit both of them because the Geth do not want war and never wanted war with the Quarians.
Sorry, I thought it was a Seb joke, but why does Tali look like a nun? She's gonna reply, because after we're done, she's gonna need confession.
No, they confess to her before she shoots them.
We're taking fire.
Kneel before Zod. Let's face it, she's the best romance.
We'll have to disable them on foot. Once the guns are gone, you take out the tower.
Right, Commander.
Well, our
Setting you down
options are an Asari, which is the generic choice, a racist, and a few other options, but they're not really worth it.
3-minute warning.
To be standing
And
here
Rico.
in the land of my ancestors.
Oh, this is Tali's home planet.
You fought this Geth. What tactics would they use?
The usual. More Geth.
Predictable. Machines have always mistaken numbers for strength.
I love Javik.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's more hilarious in the DLC.
Take that.
Oh.
Take that, Geth McFarlane.
Take that, Geth Green.
I've already called Legion Geth Rollins.
I'm okay. Watch out for more mines.
Synthetics patrolling below.
Oh god, it's Geth Phoenix!
This visor's making... Yeah. I love this sight. It's making the job so much easier.
Yeah.
There's Geth dropping in!
Ah, I can take a rocket launch to the face. You think your bullets can harm me?
I'm Commander Goddamn Shepard.
I fought the legal system. You think I can't fight you?
Oh, there's a minute on the share play. You want me to...
Yeah, let's restart the share play. We're getting a good run.
Yep.
I can't believe Liz has slept through all of this.
No, not Brainiac, but was the new voice of Chairman Keel in Evangelion on Netflix. I don't think I'm gonna watch Evangelion at this point. I've not seen Evangelion. I never really was huge on the whole big mech thing.
Shame, I like big mechs. That's why I like Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. And
You'll
now,
do.
And now it just seems like the moment has gone. Like, has the Netflix version of Evangelion changed anything?
Fuck off.
Or have they kept it intact?
I'm sure they've got rid of Asuka's homophobia.
That was what I was referring to, yes. Because, like, I haven't seen the show in any context, but from what you've told me, just one of her character traits is just that she is homophobic, and this is not treated as a flaw, or, you know, something to be overcome, or a point of contention. That's just how she is to the show.
Let's look at the gun console.
ADV, where's that company?
The
Oh god, remember that little Karibo video?
A popular show.
That was then, this is now. It's become a cash cow, a shadow of what it used to be.
Oh.
One of us needs to take those AA guns offline.
Yes, I remember.
Okay, Tali?
Tally, you take the guns.
Leave me with the space racist.
Asuka wasn't particularly homophobic in the original dub. Okay, fair.
It's just in visual novels, everything.
Like, I mean, it's kind of like how Sheriff J.W. Pepper's racism is just seen as a quirk of his.
I don't know who that is.
He was a character in 2 James Bond films that, like, hates other cultures but also can't stay home. Sheriff J.W. Pepper, the Louisiana State Police.
Shit, Ollie. Get right. Oh.
Oh.
No, someone needs to edit the Transformers. Turn on one log going, wow, a gun!
Yeah. Wow, a gun! Yeah, I'm quoting the one Transformers thing I've actually seen.
The movie.
Yeah. I didn't think it was too bad.
Which is probably the worst way to experience it, considering how it was doing. Like, most of those people who were killed off very quickly were actually important characters in the show. Like, Wheeljack's only appearance in that movie is his corpse being dragged by, Windcharger's body being dumped next to Wheeljack's dead body.
Yeah.
And Brawn gets shot through his everything. And Ironhide's the only one. And even that's just him being shot by Megatron after holding his leg, and he's like, such heroic. Quick, we've got to run. Prime's pissed. Wow, a gun.
Misato's old boyfriend Kanji makes a joke about the end of the world as he is tending his garden and casually says, I'd rather die between Misato's melons. Ha! Is it my imagination? Or was there a boy in the first movie that shouts, shut up, Grandma? I'm sure I saw that in the Transformers movie. Oh, that was probably one of the Michael Bay ones.
Yeah, the only in the first movie, the one thing that got them a lot of flank and required a lot of vision, a lot of reversion, was the bit where Spike goes, oh sh**, when they try and blow up Unicron. Well, they try and blow up Unicron and it doesn't do anything, and he's like, that didn't work. Ah, shit, what are we going to do now? Which led to several revisions where they removed that line. Other than that, they also had to edit the ending, say that Optimus Prime would come back, would be coming back. I mean, they did kill him off in a bit more horrific visual way.
You heard my message.
Oh shit! What are we gonna do now?
Send out a distress call.
Radios are down. You a soldier?
Maintenance. Dorn Hatched. I clean engine parts.
Don't move. We've got Medigen.
I've lost too much blood. Go. Look for the Admiral. Destroy the jamming tower. And you can radio him.
We'll find him, Dorn. I promise.
Please.
It seems appropriate that she looks like a nun now.
The civilian fleet didn't want this war. If there's even a chance that Admiral Chorus can get us out alive. And my son. Tell him. Tell Jonah that his father made it to the home world.
We will. Rest well, Dorn Hast vas Renok.
Let's get to that tower.
Right, now it's time to take out some AA gun. Spare my life, Optimus Prime, and I'll grant you 3 wishes. Okay, I want you dead. I want your friends dead, and I want a day off.
Also, that movie is funny as it takes place after season 2, but was filmed during season 2, so no season 2 characters appear. So they released a comic explaining where everyone else was.
Short version, Omega Supreme and everyone else, you know, just defending it from a bunch of combiners that, if the show's any indication, he probably could have, you know, dealt with himself. Also, Metroplex was a thing. Okay, this is a bit dire. Ah.
Let's look at the gun's console. We should be able to disable it.
Who should destroy the gun?
I want you on this, Tally.
Right.
Me and Jarek will do the gun stuff.
You should take the Geth turn.
I'm working on it.
No, when I said I want you on this Sally, I mean I want to fuck you on this gun.
How can anyone misconstrue? Ah.
Shepard, Javik's right there. So what? Let him look. Just horn dog Shepard.
Primitives and their mating rituals.
Let's get the last one.
By the door.
Ah.
If anyone moves, I will have noise.
Also, edit it so when Megatron sees Universe time. Ah, you think you're good because you're a planet? I was a gladiator when I. I'll fight you. I was a gladiator when I was a lad.
If anyone moves, I will have no hesitation in shooting them up with this gun.
Oh God! The dying guy who just doesn't really appreciate any of the wishes he's given.
Yeah. Oh, Mitchell and Webb.
Okay, Tali, I'm leaving you again.
I'm on it.
Mitchell and Webb was like the best sketch show, and it wasn't close.
I showed Liz a few scenes from her. I showed her the Baron because she really needed to understand.
Ah, Jack here. He said watching One Piece on Netflix. And what do you think? Tell us the tale of your impressions of this show.
I'm gonna fire it like it's a spud gun. Okay.
I'll signal the shuttle.
Poor Dog Shepherd is the new wholesome Malfoy.
His patented Shep. There is a meme of every character looking up porn of themselves and just seeing what people do with them and getting disgusted. Samara is literally, that goes against the code. That goes against the code. That goes against the code. That certainly goes against the code. Tali is disgusted with the porn they do with her, which, having unfortunately seen some of it in passing, I can understand why.
I can't say I've ever.
Give us your coordinates.
But the joke of the meme is that everyone sees it and is disgusted by what they get. Then Jacob, one of him, and there's nothing.
My people are non-combatants, Shepard. They'll be slaughtered. Rescue them.
We need a peacemaker.
Admiral, I need you leading the civilian fleet if we're going to end this fight.
Civilians.
I like that they actually showed the whole Mr. Seven trying to recruit Zorro thing at the beginning. That was good.
It's only too late if you die down here.
You need John Cena.
I don't know. What I do know is that I can't do it without your help.
Ancestors, forgive me. Uploading
What we're doing, yeah, it sounds bad, but trust me, I hate to be the one to say this, but this is for the greater good.
The greater good.
Yeah, no, he needs to survive, otherwise, when the Geth give up, there'll be no one there to, like...
I've got this.
There'll be no one there to, like, stop the bloodthirsty members. What you call it?
Do I need to order that chameleon? Says Hawk.
You're clear. Go.
The Blue Beetle villain's nebulous motivation.
Get behind you.
Oh yeah.
Get in cover.
Well, I think the motivation was just weapon powerful. Me want. Because money. That was about it.
Okay.
Admiral, come on.
Zorro and Jay have done that well.
Oh, you
Evil
go.
for the sake of evil, which is okay. Yep.
Oh, that was fucking convenient.
Welcome aboard.
I agree, the cast all round was pretty amazing. Yeah, it was a really well cast adaptation.
Hello? This is Zaltoris. Does anyone copy? Hello?
Weapon? Profit? Weapon? Question mark.
gotta go.
Profit? Underpants gnomes.
Ah.
I pray they found comfort in the homeworld skies.
I know it sucks, but trust me. We need you because the rest of your people seem to be bloodthirsty idiots.
Spread further than I thought. You were right that I returned.
Yes.
Talk the civilian captains into staying.
Yes, they've regrouped into defensive positions around the fleet's core. If we hadn't stopped them from... Any aid I can offer is yours.
Yeah, basically, if we'd left him behind, civilians, but there'd be no one to keep everybody else, the other Quarians in line.
And that's why your people needed you back.
Of course. It's time we turned our attentions to those we can still save. Farewell, Shepard. Fly safely.
Yes, sir.
Commander, we've located the Reaper base transmitting the local signal.
Good.
And not a moment too soon. With the Reaper code upgrades, the Geth are tearing the fleet apart.
Once the signal is disabled, the Geth will pose no threat to Creator forces.
Time to cut the Geth off from the Reapers and put a stop to this madness.
The surrounding area is heavily fortified, and they have placed jamming towers to prevent orbital targeting.
Sounds like we're going in on foot.
Admiral Zen developed a laser guidance system that can cut through the jamming. It's synced to the Normandy's targeting computer.
So the Normandy launches the precision strike at whatever target I have painted? That ought to do it. Edie, this work for you?
Yes, it should enable us to make a precision strike against the Reapers.
And anything else in our way?
The Geth will quickly reconfigure their jamming towers to neutralize this technology. You should not use it before reaching the base.
I've sent the coordinates for the Reaper base.
Are we clear to go?
That Geth fighter squadron is still tearing through the fleet.
Can you hold out?
If that fighter squadron isn't taken out, a lot of our ships won't make it. But we'll do what we can. This is your operation, Commander. If you want to strike now, you've got my support.
Commander,
I gave in
Admiral
to
Anderson
reckless
is available on
behavior
VidCom.
beforehand. The patrol fleet isn't moving.
We need to break their flanking attempt to buy our frigates time to make repairs.
Throwing more ships into that mess just puts more lives at risk, Admiral Garrel.
Fine. I'll pull back the heavy fleet.
I'm ready to hit the Reaper base whenever you are, Shepard.
So how did you end up back with your fleet, Tally?
When the war started, the Admiralty Board asked for my help. I had more recent contact with the Geth than most of my people. They hadn't filled the spot on the board left by my father. I was invited in. It's just a technicality. I'm far too young to be a real admiral.
Don't sell yourself short, Tally. The board needed your expertise. You needed the authority that comes with rank.
How did the war with the Geth get started anyway?
Admiral Zen developed a scanning countermeasure that interferes with Geth active scans. It's like a flashbang grenade. It effectively crippled the Geth ships in combat. My fleet couldn't pass up the chance to attack.
Could we use it to fight the Reapers?
It only works against the Geth, unfortunately. Their AI lets them use extremely detailed LADAR pings. Zen's countermeasure overwhelmed them with garbage data. And it's useless now that the Reapers have upgraded their processing power.
How is it being back with the fleet?
Right now, it's exhausting. I'm an admiral in the middle of a war. I just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
When this is over, I could use your help.
I can't, Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
I don't know. Maybe if I had the right incentive? No, that's not... My people need me here.
Talk to you later, Tally.
If you want to catch up in private, call me up to your cabin.
You know what? I might just do that.
It's nice to know that she's, like, you know...
Look, considering the first game...
Unread messages at your private terminal, Commander.
You know, she's not shy about saying...
Not anymore.
Yeah.
You know... Shepard's cabin. Invite Tali. Yes.
Tally, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment.
I'll put on my sexiest Shepard outfit.
The
that collector armor. The collector armor.
Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
You okay?
The right incentive. She needs your
No,
D.
I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me. And I don't know if I can save them.
Hey. You're not alone.
This was supposed to be my father's fight, but he left me with all of this. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tally.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know. And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. You've given up so much, stood for too long without allies. I didn't want you to do this alone. So, if you're ever lonely, just let me know.
Tally, nothing between us has changed. Unless you wanted to.
Kila, Shepard. I'm not going to beg, but I didn't come up here just to see the fish.
No, you came up here because I asked you to. I want you here. With me.
Okay.
I know now I've got one of her abilities I can use, I suppose. Let's see. I don't see. Found something. I discovered a few things about my sister. It's bad, but there's something else going on. I'm back at the Citadel. I'll find a place to meet and send you a nav point when you get there, Miranda. Meet me at the bar
There
from
is a
Jack.
joke in here about PP. I just can't think of what.
Yeah. The students are kicking ass and taking names. They're keeping rotation so they don't burn out. That's a sure leave. Next time you hit the Citadel, come by Purgatory. I'll be there if I'm not blowing shit up on the field. Let's see. Oh, Rex. Making babies again will be fun. Soon this war is over. Let's just say I'll do my part to build our numbers back up. You really came through for us, and I'm proud to call you my friend. Eve is in the Kleptic Valley, enlisting support from other clans and spreading the word. She's going to be a great leader. Most of the males won't like me sharing power with her, but too bad I run the show. We're off to save the Turians now, since apparently they forgot how to hold a gun. Your regrettable decision. I'm deeply disappointed in your actions on Tachanka. As I thought I made it clear, curing the genophage will have long-term consequences when the Reaper threat has passed. Our combined forces will be so depleted that no race in the galaxy will be able to stop the resurgent Krogan. Moreover, the Krogan will undoubtedly seek revenge for the genophage, and the Solarian Union will become its first targets. When the day comes, the blood of my people will be on your hands.
Rex wouldn't do that.
See. I'm ashamed to also learn that your own scientists.
This is a dark day. Oh my god.
The cure. Malin, Hope, Eve. I'm writing to you from the Kleptic Valley and Tachanka, watching Krogan pour in from across our planet. So many of them that just lost count. We've heard news that we're finally free. The age of suffering is over. Never again will Krogan be afraid to give birth. Never again will they fear the pain and heartache it would bring. While I don't know what fate ultimately has in store for my people, I can promise you this. Your decision to believe in us will not be in vain. We will fight the Reapers for more than glory. We will fight them because we know that the future is a future for us after victory. The rest of my life will be devoted to traveling to Tachanka and speaking aloud the words no Krogan has heard for nearly 2,000 years. There is reason to hope. See, I believe in them. Hans believes in the Krogan.
Yeah. Well, the only
Trainer,
one
can you send
pessimistic
Diana?
about victory.
She wanted an
Yeah.
interview.
Might as well do an interview. Can I punch a journalist in the face again?
Commander, it's no secret that Council Space has suffered some serious losses to the Reapers lately. Now Cerberus has struck directly at the seat of our government. If something as small as a human terrorist organization can hit the Citadel, is anywhere safe?
Cerberus has limited resources. This coup attempt was likely the best they could do, and it cost them a lot of money and troops. A little fear is understandable, but it can't paralyze you. They've failed as many times as they've succeeded.
But humanity has lost its counselor. The Alliance Parliament is destroyed, and the Prime Minister's dead. The line of succession is getting pretty short. How long do you expect any new Alliance administration to last?
Leaders will rise. You can't lose hope. Our enemies won't rest until they've taken the last human being. Until then, we're not beaten. Right now, it's everyone's duty to step up.
All right. Now a question from Thessia. Commander, during your tribunal, some said you had Cerberus ties. Thanks for your time, Commander. This is Diana Allers for Battlespace. Good night, and stay strong. Be careful, Commander. You keep feeding me like this, and I'll follow you home.
I think we're just fine in front of the camera.
Oh, did you think? Of course you did. Me and my big mouth. I'd better get out of here before I send another wrong signal. See ya, Commander.
I have a Quarian that I love. I'm not doing that for space booty. I have standards. And those standards are Quarian.
Shepard would never betray Tali, and you know it.
Shut down the Geth server. Right, before we destroy the Reaper bait, we gotta do all this before we go to the bait, otherwise... Well, we will be in a world of shit.
Can you still hear me alright, dude? I just knocked the mic. I want to make sure it
Yeah,
still
I can
works.
hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And just seeing a thing on the old Twitter, the eulogy for Saints Row. From announcement to its buggy release, from its abhorrently bad story, woeful characters, and general lack of fun, ignoring every single fan along the way, a game that was so bad that it killed the studio that made it. Has there ever been a game that was this much of a failure? Bear in mind, let's get the thing. It seems like a multi-tweet thing. If you told me that it was intentional, so Embracer Group had more of a reason to get Volition off the books, it would make sense. Making a game to directly piss off fans would unironically make more sense because an entire team of people okayed this with no qualms, and that makes me mad. Games can be bad, but your game destroy an entire studio and a fan base's goodwill alongside it bad? Gollum doesn't count because no one cared about Gollum. Bear in mind, Saints Row, I believe, quantifies above most games because it's a reboot.
By the way, how long do you have, dude? You said you had to...
I have to leave just after 2:30.
Right, so we got maybe another hour.
We've got another hour.
Okay.
I'm not a machine.
Yeah.
How do I
Some games are original
world?
IPs that were just failures. Saints Row, a legacy.
With virtual interfaces.
A lot of people mention ET, but people would no one actually wanted an ET game. That was why it killed the industry. There was no blueprint for a good ET game. Saints Row was wanted. They literally had all the pieces. Just make Saints Row 2 or 4 again. They chose to intentionally be worse.
Paul says, yes, they resurrected me, provided me with this kick-ass ship and the perfect hotness Miranda, but everyone knows Shepard only has eyes for Tali.
You are an unknown.
Damn right.
This is an advantage. Geth security is not adept at targeting organic thought processes. While we occupy the system's intrusion countermeasures, you will disable the squadrons by removing Geth from the server.
If it saves the live ships, we've got to try it.
Telemetry data predicts this operation has a high chance of success. There is little time. We will bypass security while you secure safe landing.
Wait,
Yes, turning a gang-themed game into a millennial-themed mess.
It's August and I feel like I should need to put on the heater on because British went months ago and it's rained ever since. I hate this because I've had only 5 days total where I could grill and smoke some meat and haven't been working. It sucks. I want to make meat. I want to feed my meat to cute people.
I don't know much about what happened in the new Saints Row game, but from what little I have heard, it was basically what a boardroom full of guys in their 50s think the kids are into.
Yeah, Ollie, you're like this. I'd be sad. The violation things to mentioning it's closed down. I'd be sad, but this was less dying with grace and more dying on a meth-induced bender covered in your own vomit with 8 different people's bodily fluids inside and out of you. They did this to themselves.
I heard the writing was very how do you do, fellow kids.
Yeah, and to the coders and actual workhorses, it's sad. To the creative side, guide you to deployment line. And this is someone coming from someone who liked Agents of Mayhem. Now I'm off to replace my nervousness to speak out loud by becoming a hot mime or something. And the consequences of Elizabeth McBioshock on Western female game design will continue to be felt. If these consequences existed, we wouldn't have AAA games but trying their hardest to make real-life models like melted waxworks and devs to making funny-looking characters.
It is best if you connect alone.
Okay, Ollie, I'm about to go into a reference that's I'm sure Jack would love.
Yeah.
We're about to go into the Matrix.
Initiating pair network integration. Proceed to docking port.
Why is it always in a pod?
Remain still.
Put him in the pod.
Server commander, access movement during an upload is discouraged.
I'm just gonna move my eyes shifting menacingly. Okay, so we're gonna see the actual history of the Quarians and the Geth, by the way, so you might want to pay attention to some things, because it's going to contradict a lot of what... No, but this is going to contradict a lot of what we've been...
Your mind perceives our world as something familiar.
I wouldn't call this familiar. Where are you?
I think that's air you're breathing.
You look different.
We have made ourselves visually distinct for your convenience.
What about Geth already in here?
You will perceive Geth as
Everyone
surveillance footage,
to brutal
audio
gangster
logs,
being
sensor
games.
records. We do not
3.
require
Someone
bodies
discovered
as our
Takeshi's
software
castle
reveals.
repeats on
Our
challenge.
hardware is
And
merely a
4.
tool.
That
This is our
superhero
true
DLC sold well,
As we
let's
remove
combine
Geth,
that with
it
the
will grow
Matrix
dark.
for money. Reboot. Youngsters have student loans and like 3 most, so...
This is like wiping out a city, isn't it?
We have no choice in this matter. It is a question of survival. There are 2 communication nodes on this server. We must access them to disable the hostile Geth spiders. We must protect your exit port, but you will not be alone. We will maintain contact and assist.
So what you're saying, Legion, is we're going to get complete global saturation.
Establishing connection to access point. This foreign code is a manifestation of the old machine signal.
You're surprised the Reapers are all over your servers?
We did not anticipate such extensive infection.
God, it's like VR training in the original Metal Gear.
I think Saints Row 2 is still my favourite one. Like,
2 is my personal favourite. My favourite scene will always be Johnny funeral. Well, Johnny Gat's trial case.
Yeah. Oh what, you'll hold me in contempt of court? You're already giving me the chair, you think I give a fuck what you think of me?
I'm interested to see if you can... And I'm curious to see if you can keep... when I shove that gavel up your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to ask.
I love that you run in to start shooting things and he just doesn't move a muscle, and everyone else is hiding.
Yeah. Although the judge then pulls up a shotgun in the actual mission.
Yeah, you can kill him.
Everyone else has, like, handguns and everything. This judge is packing a shotgun.
I mean, she's in the thing with Johnny Gat.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
She's
that
the only one that did the reading.
I mean, I give 4 a lot of shit. You know.
I liked 4.
I like 4. That's what I'm trying to say. I like 4, and I like the they actually Johnny Gat coming back.
Yeah.
Like the alien, like the only threat they had apart from the player was him. I also like that when we first played Saints Row 2, you didn't discover the whole Julius thing until, you know, I found it.
Yeah. Saints Row.
I do remember you guys mentioning that Julius wasn't in the game or anything, so there's going to be no mention at all, and then it turns out there's an entire secret mission that's really well hidden when you think about it.
Yeah, I played through that entire game with no idea it was in there.
I know, right?
Established. Proceed to the access point.
Just to kill Keith David. Also, 4 will always have one of my favourite things of, reenacting They Live with Keith David and Roddy Piper.
Is the Reaper keeping you out?
Unknown. Please investigate.
I was disappointed they didn't do the Blackadder number in there. Yes, it was a strange choice. Saints Row goes fourth, being during World War One, but they found a way.
Warning,
at least Julius.
I mean, they managed to get a Transformers reference. I give them.
Yeah.
To proceed.
I mean, Gas Out of Hell was.
I liked Get Out of Hell. It was fun.
It's just DLC, effectively, but it's good. It's good DLC.
Like, eventually, Volition were, like, because, well, Saints Row 3 was already pretty wacky. It's like, and with 4 and Get Out of Hell, they were all, like, you know what, fuck it, why not?
Well, yeah, 3 was completely insane. 2... Whereas 3 just was ridiculous, and isn't it funny that the character that you'd think would be more like Hulk Hogan isn't voiced by Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, and then the trainer is...
The trainer that looks nothing like Hogan, and the voice just doesn't seem right, have him in, is Hogan.
Accessing data cluster.
What is this?
Data clusters contain historical data. Your connection permits streaming of information from our archives.
You really want to rename the VI networks?
We need to get a Montreal screw job in there. Right.
Yeah, I've got Saints Row the 3rd on PS4, fun.
How does that reference even make any sense? The Montreal Screwjob was a very specific act at a very specific time and place and context.
Yes. Very good.
And sisters, you fuss over it.
Weren't you here until midnight fixing 01 circuitry?
Well, it needed resoldering.
Wasn't that footage from the past? Why are the Quarians masked?
You process our memories by using your own. How many creators have you witnessed unmasked?
Well, one.
Then your perception of that creator does not match historical data.
I love that it's just, if you weren't dating Tali, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be, a scene we get.
Yeah. How many creatures have you witnessed unmasked? 1.
Oh, Legion. And let's not forget that the second game also had you be able to, spray people's houses with poop.
Yes.
I know it's not an amazing thing, really, but come on.
It knew its audience did Saints Row back in the day.
Well, the thing is, it knew it as bad as we say Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto was a big thing, and the smartest thing they could have done was try and do something to make their version different. Like, Grand Theft Auto didn't own the sandbox genre, so everyone had to find their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
I think
GTA 4 went very serious.
Well, yeah, GTA 4 went very serious.
But GTA 4 would have been a much better game if the vehicles actually controlled well. Like, I get that it's realistic, but...
And also not having to deal with Roman so much.
Yeah. I get
But enough about my wrestling hatred.
You could make some crazy stuff into modding the JCB, yeah.
Well, two.
Timestamped 290 years
Also,
ago.
the voices, giving the player a voice.
very serious and just too much pool and Roman and salt.
What?
You see? It's ignoring all shutdown commands.
Please specify if it has failed assigned tasks. We will reprogram.
Well, let's take a look.
Creator, this unit is ready to serve. What has it done wrong?
Oh.
Let's cut the audio.
You may proceed to the last data cluster.
Yeah. You notice there's a bit of disparity with what Tali's told you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure
Well,
she
again,
isn't
that's what
lying
I'm
on
trying to
purpose.
say. Tali's history and culture is
distorted.
It's what. That's how history works. Is that we work with what we've got, and sometimes that history can be distorted. And Tali isn't to blame for her ignorance. She can only really go off what she's got, because when people die, really, that's all the information we kind of have.
How loves the host and the yeah. I mean, in regards to your question about live action One Piece, Jack, that depends entirely on Netflix and whether or not they can rein in their instinct of cancelling everything that doesn't instantly become the biggest thing in the world.
We've got to escape Geth. They're pinned.
Oh.
Open fire. One's going for a weapon.
So who won?
The platform arming itself was an agricultural unit. By opening fire on attacking creators, it saved simpler domestic Geth following it.
That looks a lot like the sniper rifle you used to carry.
It is an efficient model. Establishing connection with the remaining server node.
I detect emotion coming from.
Shepard's working on shutting down the server, Admiral Ron. I can fill you in.
He's having a nap.
Have arrived, but something is amiss.
God damn it! You drank too much of the moonshine and now you've scratched the ship. God damn it, Cletus.
We will continue to hold out as long as we can.
Well, things are already different because his adaptations are actually good.
Legion,
so
give me an
things
update.
aren't typical right now. Well, as far as anime adaptations go, yeah.
What's wrong?
Them being actually good is about as far from typical as it gets. Having said that, I haven't seen the Speed Racer movie, so and I don't know, I can't really think of any others. I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution I give a pass to these days because, as we covered earlier, it caused Akira Toriyama to revive the franchise out of spite.
Well, they did do him. They did do him dirty. They double dong dicked him bad.
Yeah, I mean, they brought him on as a consultant just so that they could put his name in the credits, and then they just ignored him.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what the story seems to be. You know, I wasn't there.
To be honest, considering how certain places the red, that does not surprise me, because that's exactly what happens to the creator. Well, you know, the creators of Red Dwarf. Let's see. Because they were literally brought on, but were ignored the entire time.
You must search for a vulnerable point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate.
You're basically a white blood cell right now.
Yes, Ollie, thank you for noting.
There is a vulnerable point further along the infection. Target this spot to slow its growth toward the data cluster.
And like, that was why I said live action One Piece was a win-win, because even if it was bad, it would still get a lot of eyes on One Piece proper, which would ultimately be a good thing.
Well, look what Dragon Ball Evolution did.
And it also gave us James Masters as Zamasu, who did very well.
There is a vulnerable point on the infection leading to the data cluster. Disrupt the infection at this spot. It will slow regrowth long enough to access the data cluster.
Question mark, question mark, question mark?
Shepard Commander, target the vulnerable points of the infection.
Okay, I think I see it.
Speed.
Well, after Cowboy Bebop, they couldn't get much worse. I have seen no version of Cowboy Bebop, but I have heard that the...
Yeah, the Netflix adaptation was very bad. And if you're a fan of Cowboy Bebop, oh god, they could... unless kicking you in the dick.
You can't do this to them! I said step away from the Geth! This is insane! We need the Geth! You can't just destroy them for asking for it! Time's up! Throw her in with the others.
Looks like the war wasn't popular with everyone.
We have kept records of these creators' sacrifices. They have largely been forgotten by their own people, but not by the Geth.
Sorry, Holly?
Huh. Yeah, this is kind of heavy, isn't it?
Little. Yeah.
That seems to be our thing with Mass Effect, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the whole thing with Samara. Oh boy. Okay.
Is she in this one, by the way?
What?
Is she in this one, by the way?
She is. We will have to go deal with her and her situation with her daughter.
Sorry, did you say we were going to have to deal with a situation with her daughter?
She's got other daughters.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Morith. I know you were thinking of Morith. Morith is just one of her children. Morith is, of course, one of the more, well, problematic children she has. The other two are actually well behaved. Okay, so I've got to get to that one, but steps. Okay, can't get that one. Or that one.
The problem I have with the Renegade option in that particular mission is that it makes no sense.
Of that we can agree.
Yeah, like, the two of them are equally powerful, and one of them is already sworn to help you and not completely untrustworthy and a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like, there is no reason to choose Morinth. There is no metric by which it makes sense to do so, even if you're just using them for their power. Because Samara is equally powerful and more reliable.
Also, if you sleep with Morith, you will die, but that's, you know, very... Wait, if you do save her, if you do keep Morith, and she survives the suicide mission, she does turn up in this game, but she's been corrupted by the Reapers. And by that I mean, you know how the Reapers basically fuck you up and turn you into like a really messed up creature?
Like they did in the
like
first
a caricature
one,
of what you were before? She becomes the Asari version of that.
You cannot establish a connection without access to this data
Because again, she was an Adak Yakshi. And you know, you
point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate.
But I'm seeing Bellamy's wanted. The rope works, so I can't help but wonder how far to go.
Did you enjoy your nap?
They've definitely planted seeds so that they can go far with it. If they get to. Like, I mean, if we assume that all will go well, with live-action One Piece. It's going to be at least a decade until they've even got to think about...
It can't be worse than Bleach. Bleach, you know, the Death Note one.
There is a vulnerable point further along the infection. Target this spot to slow its growth toward the data cluster.
Like if, but then, for right now, live-action One Piece had everything going for it. The creator was heavily involved. Everyone in creative positions really loved the source material.
Well, that's another thing as well.
And they seem to have adapted it well. So I was willing to. So I was thinking that if this one wasn't good, then live-action adaptations of anime simply could not be done.
No, I don't believe that. I believe they can be done to a degree. They can't. There are obviously some scenes that...
One Piece was always going to be an uphill battle just because the art style and the visual style of One Piece is very surreal. But they've done it well. They've done it well. Bleach is the toilet and nothing else. Bleach is the most aggressively mid show I've ever seen.
Yes. Oh.
I repeat, release the rogue Geth units and come out of the safe house. This is your final warning.
Creator Megara, this unit does not understand. It has not taken part in hostilities.
It doesn't matter to them. I need to get you out of here.
This conflict exceeds Creator safety parameters. We will surrender our hardware if it ends hostilities.
No, it's all right. We'll go back to the access tunnel then.
Bleach is the Coldplay and James Cameron's Avatar of anime.
Oh.
Creator Megara. As time passed, the creators who opposed martial law in Rana were ultimately outnumbered.
That's dark. Like, that Geth had no concept of death.
I mean, life and death is a bit of a different proposition to them. Time is not a factor so much.
Well, yeah, also if they haven't grams to stand it, those creatures.
And yes, I did sort of like paraphrase Bicentennial Man just there.
Of course you did.
Isn't that too big of an insult to James Cameron's Avatar?
Okay, so I'm here.
Accessing data is data from the end of warfare on Rannoch.
The outflow is down. Do not engage the Geth. I repeat, avoid contact.
Geth pursuit is breaking off 100 clicks past Rannoch. All captains fall back.
It's not an insult, just saying those things have a lot of fans despite not being talked about loads. Yeah.
This isn't happening now?
It is time-stamped 290 years ago. It is the Creator Exodus at the end of the Morning War. We had secured freedom. The Creators were no longer a threat. So
Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, clearly has a lot of fans.
The Geth spared the last
because, like, the sequel did gangbusters
you let
too.
them go.
But where are they all?
We could not calculate the repercussions of destroying an entire species. Our creators. We chose isolation rather than face this uncertainty. Additional data recovered.
Legion? That's back when I activated.
So it says, I have this amazing gift of being able to talk about a
Ooh.
fictional property without insulting.
It was highly significant. You were the first organic
Shots fired.
with Geth.
Oh look, Ollie, there's Pink. There's another me.
We wish to ensure you are not the last.
It's not going to be easy.
The prospect remains. If the Reaper presence is removed, there is a chance of reunification with Geth. And perhaps creators.
You think that's still possible?
Hope sustains organics during periods of difficulty. We admire the concept. Connection with the remaining server node established. We are ready to
Of all the synthetic, he is the most human.
Human. Do-do.
The fighter squadrons have stopped, but detect no more active programs inside their ships. Admiral Hangarl's fleet is driving them back. The live ships are safe, Commander.
Now I need to exit the Matrix.
route access acquired, severing all connections to this communication node. Gash no longer reside on this server. We may now exit the consensus.
What's wrong?
You must proceed to the edit port. Disconnect from mother. Terminating remote access. Removing programs. Deleting archives.
Shepard, what happened in there?
Did it work?
Geth fighters have been disabled. Any remaining squadrons attacking the live ships have withdrawn. The server is offline.
Are you sure? What's happening?
We have transferred Geth programs from the server into these platforms.
Why?
They wish to join us.
Even our machines will never be so rational.
While Shepard Commander removed the Reaper infection, we judged we could persuade hostile Geth programs to reunite with ours. We were correct. These Geth have renounced the old machines and will oppose the Reapers. They are now us.
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
We did not doubt you. We doubted your allies. The Creator's actions have placed their species in danger, but they are unsympathetic to what it has done to ours. The Quarians sanctioned this operation to save their people. They would not have done so if they knew we wished to preserve Geth as well.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Wanting to leave anyone behind.
You accept our actions?
The live ships are safe, and we have more Geth on our side. We both did what we came to do.
We judged you would understand. Prime units will be available once the Reaper signal has been located and destroyed.
Remind me to
3
warn
minute
Admiral
warning.
Hackett he's got some primes coming. Let's get back to the normal.
No, Jamal, they're not hostile.
Or Rosie.
No, don't Samoan Spike the Geth.
Well, they didn't have the Samoan Spike back then. They just splashed people, and then there was that time they basically lost their push because they actually.
If there is any chance we could
That is an actual thing they did.
my expertise.
You've got about 45 minutes before you said you need to leave. You want me to restart the share play?
I think this is a good stopping off point because the next saving save both the Geth or the. Actually, we might be able to actually get it done. Actually,
I see.
so it probably might be a good thing to end this entire thing by saving both races.
Do not hesitate to contact me.
You want to try it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's restart this. Let's get this done.
All right.
This is a big moment.
I will
Of course.
keep it on the paused thing until you're back in, so that you don't miss anything. You're nearing the 3-hour mark, and I think Sam was cutting out there. It was a bit, but like, I've not been able to stop that from happening with Discord. I don't know what it is.
Okay, it's frozen for me.
Oh, right, yeah, you're back in. It's because I had it on the party thing. There, you should be able to see it now.
All right, I'm gonna save here just in case I somehow fuck this up.
We need those ships to recover.
Don't fuck up.
We're
No.
not letting people in life pods die just so you can rummage through Geth.
Zen, you can always send a salvage team later.
Unless there isn't a later because we're defeated due to a lack of Geth technology. Fine.
Fuck off.
I'm standing with my woman.
Who, incidentally, is also completely correct.
Category
Yes.
after Eden Prime. That's
Our sexual relationship is not...
is purely incidental in this.
I'll go look at Commander Williams later. What does she want me to see? Her collection of various flags? Or specific bed sheets?
Alright, let's
that aren't necessarily for the bed.
Right, let's biggity bounce.
Before we bigot bounce.
Yeah. That's when we bounce the skulls of bigots off the floor.
Yes, that is kind of the entire point.
Yes.
Okay. Hello. There you are, my beauty. Now, let's get you fitted. No, I'm going to have my Avenger.
Da, ba, da, da, da.
No, Ollie, this is a good Avenger.
Hey, about half the Avengers movies were good. I don't know, it's been forever since I watched the first one. It might...
Look, the problem with the MCU in general is that they are managed to do that. Do you really want to sit through the original Thor and Hulk and everything again?
What's the fastest route?
The upper entrance. Target the base.
I mean, yeah, the early MCU were actually pretty good movies.
What about you?
Granted, Iron Man 1 was pretty good.
Acquire an escape vehicle.
You know, before every character
This
tried to
unit
become
still
Tony,
carries remnants of
you know,
the old machine
they
upgrade
don't
code.
understand the nuance
can
of
break
why
the
he's the way he
security.
is.
I'm
You
actually
are
not a
concerned.
huge fan of, like, the first two Iron Man movies, although I do very much appreciate the first
I
one.
like the first one, don't really
For-
care for the second
More
one.
concerned you didn't tell
For
me
some
about the
things
upgrade.
that it
Oh.
did
You are tolerant of our recovery of
thematically,
Captain
that it did
Thompson's
very well.
server, but this matter is different. Personal.
You were ashamed.
Shame is an emotional or cognitive response to societal judgment. It should not
I think
apply
it's
here.
3-1 then 2 for
On
me.
your
Yeah, I'd
side.
agree with that.
What? Wait,
I wanna
is
help
Legion
you.
literally refusing to accept it's got emotions
We do not
now?
intend to cause offense.
How'd we get here? The Geth are better than this.
Look at him, his little head droop.
Based on empirical evidence,
I utterly
they are
hate
not.
Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
This is awkward. I'm bringing Tali with me. This is...
Proceed to the upper
It just seems
entrance.
fitting
We
that
will
a
secure
Geth
and procure an escape
and
vehicle.
a
Got it.
Quarian should fix this.
Legion. Good luck.
Acknowledged.
Well, I've never known anybody
You
have that strong feelings about Iron Man 3. I mean, like, depending on how much you like the Mandarin from the comics and original source material,
believe it.
I can see that
don't
whole
think it's
thing
really
pissing
sunk
you
in yet.
off.
The whole
Look,
world.
my thing at the moment, my thing with the MCU in general, is that it started off good,
Sky.
but they blew their load too early, and then everything fell apart.
They used to write poems about them.
When we're done.
Once you've
Maybe
gone with
you'll write a
Thanos
new
and the Infinity Stones, there's not really
This
anywhere to
is
go.
Rannoch, the world of our ancestors.
Yeah, I think
Not
that
in
was a
movie
pretty
form,
good
it's-
end point, and I
It's-
don't
It's-
blame
yeah,
anyone
it's
for
a
not
good end
watching
point, and
after
not only that,
You've heard
not only
me
that, you've
say
built it
he
around
was
all these
alive.
characters. You've done a
The
concept,
best
and they
translation
deserve.
I can come up with is,
People
by the
didn't think could be
homeworld I
done,
hope
even
to
though
see someday.
theoretically
Looks
on
like you're seeing
paper
it
it should
today.
always have worked.
Yeah.
The living room window will be right.
Oh my God, we're in the middle of a war.
Something I should know?
I just claimed the land. I know it doesn't mean much, but when this is over, I'll have a home.
Oh, she can
Quarians
sit
spent
outside with a
centuries
shotgun
nomads.
and go,
You think
get
you
off
can go
my
back to living in one
land.
place?
We have gotten used to carrying our homes around with us. Well, that's a start.
What?
No,
I'm
that's
doing the right thing. I'm morally correct.
No, you are. That was
Okay.
that was nice.
Yeah. See, I love this relationship. It's the sweetest one. Liz can have her Garrus.
I do like it. It's just, I don't play as cute.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, folks. Oh, where you think you're going?
But
Come
none,
in,
of
Jim.
the, none of the Iron Man movies touch any of the Captain America ones.
Oh no, the
Like,
Captain America
it's
movies
not
are good.
close. Like,
I have a soft spot for Thor, the first one.
yeah, I just really like the aesthetic and the tone of that movie. And
Thor 2 isn't as good, and Love and Thunder, I don't really care.
Good work, trainer.
I thought Love and Thunder was fine.
I mean, I will give Marvel credit getting characters from the comics that nobody cares about and trying to make us give a shit.
Well, I mean, that was born of necessity originally.
I know, but let's face it, no one cares. She-Hulk was okay until about 10 years ago.
The Mandarin was a great villain in the 90s cartoon, so the fake Mandarin was annoying. The Hall of Armor was just done wrong. Extremis was crap in the comics. The armor system made of paper and no. I just hate her. I think Ragnarok got the tone right better than Love and Thunder. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay. Malcontent is dead.
You must climb to the upper level before Geth units can fortify their positions.
We're on our way.
I'm working on it. Oh god, not this asshole again. Brr, sacrifice our people for things. Brr.
Soldiers are only good to die to accomplish things.
Sorry, to quote Megatron, warriors are expendable. I'm waiting for the scene for someone to redo that scene for Transformers and have the Decepticons go, excuse me, would you repeat that statement? Ah, well, you see, what I meant was... Whoop, 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 whoop.
We got a lot done this stream.
Yeah. Oh, Liz is awake, by the way.
Hello, Liz.
Hello.
Yeah, she finally woke up.
Yes, sorry.
She had a nice little nap, so that's all good. Ooh, someone left some gauntlets. I'm gonna have, at some point we're gonna have to change his armor. Oh, and I've got to go see Miranda at some point because, I've got to go warn her about Fai Liang. Sorry, Kai Lang or something.
I think you mean those are the only bits you've seen.
What? Who's saying what now?
Jack's saying the Christian Bale scenes are the only things worth watching in Love and Thunder. After Infinity War, they needed to come out the gate with a strong entry. Instead, we got characters that are proven poor engagement with fans requiring multiple readers. I mean, that's not automatically a bullet to the head.
No, it's not automatically a bullet to the head. It's just that
before 2008, basically nobody knew who Iron Man was outside of comic book fandom. So
yeah. I will say that I do think success of the MCU had gotten to their heads, and they thought they could literally do whatever they wanted, and people would just accept it.
I think both the MCU and its fans do tend to take each other for granted a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, is that they took the success because, again, Iron Man, what made Iron Man, Thor and Captain America weren't supposed to work. We're not supposed to, we're not expected to be successful, and they were.
It's like they're actually trying with those movies.
But now that they know that the MCU is as big as it is,
yeah.
I do think they took it for granted.
They do take the audience for granted a bit, and the audience do take quality in superhero movies for granted a bit, because the MCU has been relatively consistent for so long. I think a lot of us have collectively.
I saw the thing for Secret Wars where where the director said.
Sorry, I've lost you there, Sam. You're gonna have to repeat that. What did the director of Secret Wars say?
Basically, said something along the lines of, "Stop expecting exceptional quality and just be grateful for what you've got."
Well, no, I think we're all forgetting what superhero movies, where the bar was before the MCU, which is funny, really, because DC frequently falls below even that.
Oh yeah, it's sad. It's sad when really one of the best old hero movies, technically Blade. And yes, Blade technically counts.
Yeah.
Because he was a Marvel character.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, yeah, I think they've gotten to the point where they just expect everything.
Not an option.
And
Or
it doesn't take off the same way because people aren't just pulsing it up.
Commercial interests will probably always get in the way of this then. Yep, corporation's gonna cooperate.
I mean, there's also the fact that lately the Marvel comic-wise had handling. Like what they did to Thor was absolutely.
I don't know about the comics and I don't really care, to be honest. And
It's probably best you don't. They create. There's now several. Well, the Enter the Spider-Verse thing.
Okay, you're really cutting out now, dude. I can't hear a word.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying, like, I know Enter the Spider-Man's been doing really well for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sick to fucking death of Spider-Gwen or Gwenpool and everything else.
Spider-Verse is really good though.
It's mainly due to oversaturation. I'm just tired of it in general.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the new versions of Spider-Man from the comic, I'm glad they're not in the Spider-Verse thing. Because they are all fucking awful. With the exception of Miles Morales.
I have no actual idea about any of that, nor do I care to find out.
Well, one of the new versions of Spider-Man, their only Sable's version, fringe Naruto style, and shoot webs out of their crutches. That's really about all there is to it.
Shepard Commander, do you need assistance?
We'll get through.
Also,
What's
no
his
one
status?
can do the Uncle Ben joke at Comic-Con. Because there's no Uncle Ben's anymore, it's just called Ben's.
Oh no.
Your synthetic allies using Reaper.
Isn't it funny how the only serial mascot, one of the only mascots of these things, is the Quake Oats guy? Like every other racial minority has been removed completely, except for the white guy.
He has been off. Oh.
I don't even like oats. I'm not a horse. There's always going to be those people that keep their Aunt Jemima. Some good syrup.
Look, I have no dog in the fight of...
I have no dog either, I just like... I just find it's just an interesting... I have this whole thing where mascots just disappear.
Yeah.
Because
White supremacy on the oat market is too strong, says Hall.
Well, it's whether I'm at that age where I'm at the point where did they ever... Or, you know, I'm at the point where I'm questioning whether they ever existed. Like, the Ricicles professor, like the Ricicles professor guy, or the Weetos professor. Hell, I'm even old enough to remember when they stopped calling them Coke for like a couple of months.
What, the Choco Krispies thing?
Yeah, I remember the adverts for it, and they just changed it to Cocoa Krispies. Or Choco Krispies.
Yeah.
And then they had that entire thing where they had to vote. I also remember when the opal fruits were I think it was Fruit Pastel. What, I can't remember. Starburst, that's it. When Starburst were opal fruits.
Yeah.
And they did those classic bags, and I remember showing one off on the chat, and I remember Mike going, "How long kept that packet?" which made me happy to know that someone else remembers. Okay, I'm running low on ammo. Oh!
You thought exploding in my face would hurt me? punch the Geth to death.
I told you, I can punch anything to death. Oh god, I'm remembering that. I don't know if I remember showing you that video. The zookeeper bring him back alive, who's going to find, animals for his zoo, and he'd always fight them off.
Ah.
So he'd punch them, and then eventually he finds like a King Kong thing, and he's like, I've never run from a fight in my life, so he finds a massive statue with a fist and ties it to a plane, so he can continue to...
You hadn't met another old folk like me, says Hawk.
Yeah, Hawk, I'll be honest, Hawk, it's one of the things I like about talking. Remember these.
Sorry, repeat that, you cut out.
I said, this is what I like about talking with Hawk, is that he does remember things, and I don't feel as crazy.
Yeah.
You getting anything from the base?
No. The old machines have not registered us as a threat.
They will regret that.
Normandy's weapon systems are ready to sync to your target. I recommend you withdraw to a safe distance.
Let's see.
Any damage, Commander?
Negative. I'll retarget.
We'll try not to blow up anything important.
Alright, it's this base I've got to blow up, isn't it? Okay.
Shepard, Commander, you must fire the sinking laser to enable orbital bombardment.
Oh, I see.
Target locked.
Ah, shit.
Ow.
Ow, it was still cool.
Yeah.
We have located transportation.
Copy that. Everybody, get to the ship. Move!
Get to the ship. Oh.
Move!
How are we supposed to fight that thing?
I was hoping your fleet
Hawk says, I don't take stuff as seriously as it may sound. I will watch Iron Man 3, for example, despite my strong feelings against it, because Robert Downey Jr. is brilliant as Tony. Yeah, I understand that, yeah.
Ooh. Oh, shit. Crap.
We will attempt evasive maneuvers.
Shepard to fleet. It's not a Reaper base, it's a live Reaper. I need an orbital strike.
Somehow I don't think this is going to help.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a bit pissing in the wind, doesn't it? It's very pissing in the wind, but a Reaper's chasing us, and it's the best thing I can come up with.
Oh! Red Eye. Never mind, Ollie.
The firing chamber. Looks like a weak point when it's priming.
Damn it! The jamming towers have us targeting manually. We can't make a precision shot.
We may escape before it recovers.
No. Pull over.
Pull over, I'm gonna punch it.
Shepard, Commander.
If we run away, the Geth stay under Reaper control and the Quarians are dead. This ends now. Edie, patch the Quarians to the Normandy's weapon system. I want the targeting laser synced up to the whole damn fleet.
Understood.
If this doesn't... If we don't make it,
You worry too much.
I love you.
I know.
Keep us alive. Shepard to fleet. I'll paint the weak spot. Link up with the Normandy and be ready to fire.
Ah, come on.
The destroyer is in range. Missiles are ready for launch.
Shepard, we need a target. Shepard. Any damage?
Negative.
Find us a target or we'll lose the fleet. Let's keep it shooting.
Got it. Take that, you bastard piece of tin. Oh, fire, you bastards!
And yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was brilliant as Tony. Tony Stark basically plays Robert Downey Jr. Don't fear it.
Ah, Blue Oyster Cult.
Unfortunately, I've already used Don't Fear the Reaper as an episode title.
Come on. Seasons don't fear the Reaper. Do you win, son? I don't even like fish food. Well, as the Hulkster would say, take your protein and say hi to your maker. Ollie, we did it. We killed a Reaper.
Yep. Haha. What?
You know who I am?
Harbinger speaks of you. You resist, but you will fail. The cycle must continue.
I killed Sovereign, and now you. We are more, and we'll work together to defeat you. All of you.
You cannot comprehend the magnitude of our presence.
We might surprise you.
You represent chaos. We represent order. Every organic civilization must be harvested in order to bring order to the chaos. It is inevitable. Without our intervention, organics are doomed. We are your salvation.
Oh, shut up.
I have a better idea. We destroy you and live our lives in peace.
A philosophy reminiscent of the Quarians. Observe the results.
You. Whatever species you came from, before the Reapers decided to preserve them, they're dead. They died thousands of years ago. And now they can rest in peace.
Shepard.
Okay. Right, now hopefully I've done this right.
Yeah.
We can confirm that the Geth are no longer being directed by the old machines. We are free.
You did it, Shepard. The Geth free to stop firing. They're completely vulnerable.
Shepard, Commander, the Geth only acted in defense after the Creators attacked. Do we deserve death?
What are you suggesting?
Our upgrades. With the old machine dead, we could upload them to all Geth without sacrificing their independence.
You want to upload the Reaper code? That would make the Geth as smart as when the Reaper was controlling them.
Yes, but with free will, each Geth unit would be a true intelligence. We would be alive, and we could help you.
Our fleet is already attacking. Uploading the code would destroy us. Shepard, you can't choose the Geth over my people.
Do you remember the question that caused the Creators to attack us, Talizora? Does this unit have a soul?
Upload the code to the Geth. Tally, call off the fleet if you can.
I know this is going to be really on the wire, but trust me, Ollie. Please trust me.
No, I'm getting the vibe.
10%.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Admiral Talizora. All units, break off your attack.
Belay that order. Continue the attack.
20%.
They're not listening.
I beg you, do not do this. Please.
We regret the deaths of the creators, but we see no alternative. 40%.
Oh shit.
What?
I don't have the rally the fleet thing.
I'm sorry.
No.
Error. Copying code is insufficient. Direct personality dissemination required. Shepard Commander.
I didn't have enough Paragon to do it.
Is there a way that we can remedy that?
Thank you.
Well, we might have to restart the mission completely.
Well, this is what you saved for, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what I saved for, because I didn't have enough.
So we'll be doing this again next week, is what you're saying?
Probably. I'm going to be looking into what I need to do to make sure. Because I was supposed to either rally...
There! Geth fighters are intercepting fire. Negligible damage.
I also found that one. Yeah, I've explained this to you. Totally Not Mark is doing a review series on the Boo Saga, and Team 4-Star did little clips for that. That'll be on the Totally Not Mark YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up.
Well, we can't let this stuff.
I'm looking at the how to save the Quarians and the Geth. Let's see.
Because, you know, if you have to choose, you've got to go with the Quarians.
Some actions must be taken no matter what. If you fail to do either one of them, either the Geth will perish. Others are influential in... Let's see. Mass Effect 2. Do not sell Legion. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get the bad ending. You will have the option to sell Legion's body. For the suicide mission, upgrades you need.
Tally, no!
Yeah, Tali's dead now.
Yeah, so we're definitely doing this again.
Yeah, you shouldn't snitch on a father and gain a lot. Allow Vitor to go with Tali.
Commander, your actions enabled this upgrade. Because of you, we are a people, and we are free.
And
there's surprisingly not as much to do.
I'm sorry, Commander.
When compared to its predecessor, let's see. Mass Effect 3 choices.
It sacrificed itself to deliver the code upgrade to all Geth units, and we will uphold its promise. We are already
Geth fighter squadrons. After the Geth, it must be done before primary rank if you want to reach peace. Besides, it's well worth doing for a narrative perspective.
We regret
Rescue Admiral Krios, which is what we did.
They made their choice.
Enough Renegade or Paragon points to enable Shepard to convince Kyrios, but at the cost of the other Quarians. Kyrios will later back you up when you attempt to broker peace. Right, so so it's all down to not having enough Paragon.
Resolve the situation with the Geth.
Yes, Counselor. The Geth are already helping with construction of the Crucible, and their fleet will be ready for action soon.
If anyone else suggested an alliance with the Geth, I'd think they were insane. However, you've proven me wrong before. But that's not why I contacted you. I've received information from my government. It's too sensitive to discuss over an unsecured channel.
Right, so we'll be
the Citadel.
Yes, that would be best, Commander. I'll be waiting for you in Counselor Udina's office.
I'm going to look and see how many Paragon points I actually need.
But it is just a question of Paragon points, then.
Yeah, it's a question of Paragon.
Right, well, we can sort that out next week, then. So, you've got the negative what if version of events this week. Next week we'll see what really happened.
We're not letting people in life pods die just so you can.
Well, I'm still going to support Tali here.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's nearly
Sam,
20
you can always
past
send
2,
a salvage
so.
team later.
Yeah, it's okay. I need. Oh. How much power can just save? Yeah. Quarries. I'm going to look at how much we've got.
Thanks, Shepard.
Let's see. Squad. Right. I've got quite a bit of Paragon.
Yeah.
Let's see. You need 5 to 7 points. Let's see. So I'd need to build up his reputation a bit more.
We can do that next week.
If you have 4 points or below, if you have 4 points or below, you can't broker peace. Let's see. 1, 2. Let's see. How much Paragon is needed? I'll probably need to do a few. I think we've got a few more missions we can do.
Yeah.
That would, like, some side missions that might help.
Alright, yeah, we'll do those next week then.
Alright then.
Yep, it's all going to be okay. This was just a bad
It's all going to be okay. We'll find a way around this because we're not progressing without, saving both races. So,
if we must progress without saving both races, you choose the Quarians.
See, Tali was not exiled. Let's see.
And there will be peace.
Resolved Tali and Legion conflict by either using Paragon or Renegade, 1 point, because you need 5 points. Save Admiral on Rannoch, 1 point. Destroy the Geth Squadron on Rannoch in Mass Effect 3, 1 point. Completed Legion's mission in Mass Effect 3. Yeah, okay. So that'll be us for now then.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Does this time slot work better for you guys? Because
it does. It's just that Liz was fine this off.
No,
I think our bantering put her to sleep.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Liz is perfectly welcome to drop in and out anytime she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, normally I would be at work now. Ah, I see. That is a drawback. Works for me, so. Well, I wanted to do these on Mondays to group my stream days together, so that I can just stop thinking about it after D&D for a bit. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see if we can't figure something out, Jack. Sam, thank you for joining me as usual. Murasaki, shit,
no problem.
Sorry. Okay, yeah, we will see you next time. And, I don't know a Mass Effect sign-off catchphrase. Fuck.